Sponsored by Pfizer.
Owe the IRS $10,000 or more in business or personal back taxes? Call the Tax Doctor now. Learn how to pay the IRS less. 800-430-3062. 800-430-3062.
At Alpha Custom Apparel, we create standout corporate apparel and promotional gear that makes a lasting impression. Whether it's polos for your next conference, branded jackets for your sales team, or eye-catching giveaways for a client event, we've got you covered. We offer a concierge-like experience for businesses who want more. More customization, more creativity, more impact. From concept to delivery, we help brands big and small show up looking their best with speed, style, and attention to detail. Create with us today at alphacustomapparel.com.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale. They take those values to heart with every person the Pella team works with. It's natural to feel a little apprehensive about having someone visit your home, but take it from me and my wife. The brilliant Pella designers immediately put you at ease with their experience and professionalism. We love that initial visit, along with how easy they made it to envision bringing our project to life. Pella is committed to being the company everyone wants to do business with, and they've certainly lived up to that and more. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Northman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Northman.
Is it a great day to be alive on this Monday?
It's always a great day to be alive.
It is a great day to be alive on this Monday. I'm Ben Brust. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. That voice you heard was not Kyle Wallace. It was not Brad Nortman. That is Alex Strove, who is in for them. We're with you till 5 o'clock. We got full-time Will, Billy Boy, running the show. You know, part of me was like, oh, I can't wait to be on with KBN Nation and everyone on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, the ESPN Wisconsin app, across ESPN Wisconsin, wherever you're listening. But part of me is like just hurt in many ways. The Badgers, as I had said over the weekend, broke me. The Packers, here's what I'm going to start with. I want to start with the Green Bay Packers. We will definitely get to those Wisconsin Badgers because, my goodness, they, like I said, broke me, Alex.
Woof. That was yucky.
Broke me.
That was yucky.
I'm kind of shocked by the reaction. I think we're going to have plenty of discussion about Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, Rich Bisaccia, injuries. Like, there's plenty to talk about. But usually I'm the crazy one, and I feel like everyone needs to take a giant, deep freaking breath.
So, yes and no. I hear where you're coming from, and we'll get to that. I guess the part where I'm confused by your confusion off here.
They lost a football game. It was ugly. But, This isn't week 12 where you're looking like this.
So
you have injuries all across this team. The offensive line was a disaster.
Yes, but still.
I agree. They blew it. They blew it.
Just can't do that.
They can't do that. I get it. But it doesn't mean
the Browns.
It doesn't mean that the season is over and that you're not going to have a chance to still win the division and go far.
14-3, but it's a gross, ugly loss, and it feels. I use the term yucky.
Yeah, I heard you
yucky off the top because you choked, right? I mean, it was never pretty, but it was at least a game you had at 2 possessions with 3.5 minutes to go.
Yes.
You had a 2-possession lead.
The loss is unacceptable, but like I don't think it's all of a sudden Jordan Love is like no good.
No, but not his best day. It wasn't Matt LaFleur's best day. Rich Bisaccia, you can add it to the list of all the days he's had that aren't his best day.
There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of things to discuss, but for a week 3 loss, it's almost like we forgot that they beat the Lions as handily as they did and the Commanders as handily as they did.
This is where I disagree with you because I don't think anybody's forgetting that. I think that's what makes yesterday so bad, right? You had 10 days rest. You're going on the road. It's your first quote-unquote road test of the year, and you completely, as Micah Parsons said at one point, bleep the bed against a team that has no hopes or aspirations for the 2025 season. This is going to be their biggest win of the year, ultimately, is going to be against the Green Bay Packers. So that's where I get some of the visceral reaction of, okay, maybe they're not as good as we thought they were. Because and the Browns, granted, do have a good defense. It proved more legit than I even thought it was, despite the statistics through 2 weeks. I think they were the best rush defense in the league.
And they proved it again. We talked about it all last week. They proved it again. They are a stout defense.
Packers can do anything against them, right?
But they also couldn't block anyone because they have a shuffled offensive line.
Sure.
Jordan Morgan was brought in here as a first-round pick to be a left tackle. They then had him rotate snaps at right guard, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you're going to play right tackle. No Zach Tom. Aaron Banks out. Myles Garrett's a beast. Rasheed Walker got juked move. I mean, we can talk about how great Myles Garrett is. There's so many things that went wrong, but so many things that are fixable and so many things that week 5, a bye week, will help you with.
Hold on. So here's the thing where I'm hung up on the word fixable because I agree the biggest issue for me yesterday was the offensive line. Zach Tom playing was a mistake from the get-go. Played one. I mean, I've never had a torn oblique, granted. I know it's painful. I know when somebody says 3 days prior to the game they're having trouble running, they probably shouldn't play 3 days later. And they went ahead and did that.
They should have listened to me. You were mad because I ruled him out.
Yeah. And
I was like, he's got to be out. He's out.
It sounded like he was going to be
He can't run.
And the big surprise was he was active. And then the bigger surprise to me was, okay, I thought maybe he was going to be like an emergency depth piece. They played him right away out of the get-go. One snap, boom, gone because torn oblique probably shouldn't be playing. So that makes me think their game plan entering Sunday was, okay, we think he's going to go. We're going to plan for him at right tackle. Then he gets hurt after one play, and they go, oh, well, Anthony Belton hasn't been very good. Maybe we'll try Jordan Morgan, who has never played an NFL right tackle snap prior to yesterday.
That's my point.
And then he has 3 false start penalties. He blew the assignment on the block field goal at the end of the game, blah, blah, blah. Elton Jenkins was really bad yesterday at center, and he hasn't really looked that comfortable through 3 games at center. Sean Ryan was fine. Rasheed Walker was bad. Aaron Banks dropped out at halftime. There goes your big investment in free agency. He hasn't been healthy at all this year.
He's had 3 different injuries.
Yeah, all year he's been hurt, so that's a great investment.
Back, knee, groin?
When you say fixable, I go, they tried to fix it in free agency. They tried to fix it in the draft, but yesterday they proved to you they don't trust their second-round tackle in Anthony Belton. They didn't really want to play him all that bad. And Aaron Banks can't stay healthy. So is it fixable if you're shredded with injuries or guys you can't trust? That's the part I worry about. Now, granted, I don't know how many defenses they're going to play the remainder of the regular season that has as good of and as stout of a front seven as Cleveland does. But the offensive line is a serious concern for me after week 3.
I get it. I do get it. But I think with that defense, you have the ability with Jordan Love making one, like Jordan Love making that decision to throw the football, I had a horrible flashback. You know what it reminded me of? Not the same timing of the game, but I was in Las Vegas. Do you remember when he threw one of his 3 picks against the Raiders?
Mm-hmm.
In that game, it could have been intercepted by 3 guys, but it was the same guy who came across the middle and the inside linebacker coming across and just taking it. And I was like, I thought that was gone, right? We thought that was gone. But we can't celebrate 8 games of interception-free football and then jump all over the guy for, which was a bad decision, and then came back and led them down the field for a field goal, Stroke.
Hold on.
He moved on, and he led them to a game-winning field goal in which
the stat was a lie. The stat was always a lie.
I know. He threw
3 interceptions against the Eagles. 3.
I get it.
So the stat was garbage to begin with. The Josh Jacobs stat was real. He scored a touchdown against the Eagles in the playoffs. The stat that everybody was right. Oh, he doesn't throw interceptions anymore. It was BS the whole time. He threw 3 interceptions in the playoff game.
Where was this when the stat was being brought up?
I never brought it up because it's a bad stat.
It's been brought up, and you were extra quiet.
No, I brought up the Josh Jacobs one a lot. I
brought it up before, and you sat right where Will is, and you sat there very quietly, probably texting on your phone.
It's a dumb stat. It's a dumb, unnecessary shot. It's a dumb stat. Okay, I hated that stat to begin with. Now, do I think his decision making prior to that throw and really prior to this game had been better this year? Yes, I do. He didn't seem as if
scattery, happy feet.
Good word. Happy feet is another good term for it. When the pocket collapses, it didn't seem like he panicked as much as he has in past years. But that play call number 1 was an issue, and Matt LaFleur tried to take responsibility for it. I don't care if it was a bad play call. It was a bad decision by the quarterback that you pay $50 million.
Let's start with this. I just want to get a pulse because on Green Bay game night, Homer said you can't trust Jordan Love.
That's an overreaction.
Now, Matt LaFleur, as Strofe said, tried to take blame for the play call. Who deserves more blame for the interception? Matt LaFleur's play call or Jordan Love's throw? Because I want to see how much blame goes to the coach versus the player. Because part of this is as well, why throw the football, Matt? Run the damn ball. They hadn't gone the entire length of the field and score a touchdown on you all game long. That's why the focus being on Jordan Love the way that it is actually makes me so mad. Because he is in charge of this team. He decided to run 2 end-arounds, which I'm sick of end-arounds. He's been doing it for the last 3 years, acting like it's this whole new concept. Give the ball to Josh Jacobs. Run the clock, punt it down, and trust the defense that you haven't had in 10 freaking years to get the job done against Joe Flacco. Make them go the whole way. So I blame Matt LaFleur. Did Jordan Love make a poor throw? Abso-freaking-lutely. I said, what the bleep was that to myself? I tweeted, what was that? Because I try and keep a PG around here because I'm a dad now, keep a professional Strofe.
Yep. Mature guy.
You are the head coach. You are the play caller. And from all accounts, his play calling has not been this offensive guru play calling guy that he's made out to be. It has been average to above average, but mostly average the last 2 years.
Yeah, I think there's been moments.
Matt LaFleur should never have thrown the football. He has to realize as the head coach in a game situation to not throw the football and trust your defense to make them go the entire way. Make them burn timeouts, let the clock go, whatever it would have been. You trust your defense against Joe Flacco to make him go the distance. That should never have been in his hands. It was a poor decision, but Matt LaFleur, who said he takes full responsibility, should. I'm glad he's falling on the sword. And I think he should fall on the sword more, and the conversation should be less around the bad decision, which still should be talked about, because you can't make that decision and turn it over there. But you should understand that you have a defense unlike you've had a defense in the last 10 to 15 years. Since you've won a Super Bowl and had a top 10 defense, you have guys that rally to the football. Nothing is getting over the top of this defense. Make them go the entire way and get 7 on you.
So I agree with you. The defense is as good as it's been in LaFleur's tenure here. Yesterday, despite only holding them to whatever it was, 13 points, and 10 of which wasn't even really the defense's fault, it didn't feel like their best performance of the 3 weeks. But yeah, I mean, ultimately,
they were the best of the offense and the special team. So trust the unit to help you win the game.
I trust them on the field more. That part I agree with. I don't necessarily hate the play call from perspective of LaFleur has complained now each of the first 3 weeks about how the offense has let up, right? It's against the Lions and the Commanders specifically in wins. He talked about how the offense let up. You should trust your quarterback to not make a bad decision. And that was as bad of a throw as we've seen from him in a while. So the decision, I blame Love more for the execution than I do LaFleur on the play call. And ultimately, I agree with you. You probably should have run the ball, though it wasn't working against this defense.
It didn't have to work because all you had to do was
Just
punt it away
sure.
and trust your defense.
And trust Whelan. But again, do you trust your special teams for that punt not to get blocked deep in your own territory?
That's a little revisionist history.
Is it? Because, I mean, the next possession they had, it was a blocked field goal.
I get it. But a punt versus them almost getting a blocked field goal prior to the actual blocked field goal, running the same thing as was called out on the radio network.
I mean, did you watch Joe Flacco?
That's all.
I would have bet against him the entire time to take the ball. The only time he scored is when he got the ball inside the 5.
Inside the 5.
They were actually at the 1 yard line, and they still bleeped it up.
It took like 2 more plays for them to punch it in with Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah. So,
Matt, you got to be better. Jordan's got to be better, but Matt, as the leader of this team, has to set the tone and be better.
I don't love the pitting them up against each other because you're going, hey, who was worse, Sucky 1 or Sucky 2? They both sucked yesterday.
Well, unfortunately, that's what we have to do. Who is suckiest?
Game wide, I'd go LaFleur, but on that particular play, I'd go.
Yes, and that's why I'm starting with Matt LaFleur in my voice and not Jordan Love. We'll talk about the horrible throw. We'll talk about it. But what needs to be talked about is the decision to not run the football and trust your defense to punt it away and get a stop with Joe freaking Flacco as their quarterback, where all he could do is maybe hit somebody outside for 10, 15 yards max if they were playing a little bit further back, or hit one of the tight ends over the middle and your fast linebackers get to the ball catcher. I want to hear from everyone. Yeah, it works.
Sure.
Ball catcher.
I'll give it to you.
I want to hear from KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. Who do you trust more? Let's double poll this. Who is at fault? You got that one, Will? Who deserves more blame, LaFleur for the play call or Love for the throw? Who do you trust more, Matt LaFleur or Jordan Love? Because I know Homer made it about not trusting Jordan Love. There needs to be a Matt LaFleur conversation involved if you're going to call it all on Jordan Love. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. We're here for you all show long. It's open for you. I want to hear from you. I want to know what you're feeling. 800-990-3776. Will, get to work, buddy. Carbless Talking text line, open for you. Ben Brust, Alex Strofe, KBN Nation. We roll on.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
We've called him Whitey Tighties. We've called him the Hall Monitor. He's Jesse Nelson. Like, he's just, I am Jesse Nelson. Kyle, you're Jesse Nelson.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Carl Walls. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no interest for 3 whole years. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning? RV wins! Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast? RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing a schedule, and responding to Jim's long emails. Leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC at dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One Collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One Collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One Collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We've sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020, one of the top-ranked real estate teams in Wisconsin, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All right, here we go. Time to hear from KBN Nation and all of you across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Get it off your chest, whatever you're feeling. You have every right to be frustrated. 10-0, heading into the fourth. Strofe, don't look at me like that. And losing the game. I know. I have to say it.
Here's the thing. And I want to get to KBN Nation too.
That's Alex Strofe. I'm Ben Brust. No Nortman or Wallace.
I usually get over losses pretty quickly. Usually by this time on Monday, I'm like, all right, I could make the case of, oh, hey, this is a good wake-up call. This is a good... It's just inexcusable. And the things that have been issues in the past got exposed again yesterday, which, again, I still think this is a really good football team. I still think they're probably 14-3, 13-4 good. I think the Packers are that good this year. But I'm sick of the same things continuing to get exposed. Whether it be LaFleur's bad play calling and situational awareness, whether it be a Love disastrous throw, whether it be Rich Bisaccia, who's been exposed as a special teams coordinator since he arrived in Green Bay as the highest paid special teams coordinator in National Football League history, the same things are repeating, and that's the thing that bothers me today. But they're still a good team. Life will go on. Let's hear from KBN Nation.
Let's go to Tom and Madison. Who's at fault?
Well, I agree with everything that you just said. And I think that Matt LaFleur has earned the right to be held to the highest responsibility and highest expectation, that he's going to know that in that situation, he doesn't have that play on his call sheet, or he's got somebody telling him, no, not that play, run it. And he continues to do that. He did that in the Bear game, that he didn't know what was going on at the end of the game. He didn't know his team's capability at the end of the game. He, again, doesn't seem to know what team he's coaching. So Matt shouldn't be apologizing at the end of the game. He shouldn't be in that position to have to apologize. He should know better. And that's what I think. Hold him to a higher responsibility, the expectation that he's earned.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom and Madison.
I like that from Tom, because I think I sat in this chair with you last week, either Wednesday or Thursday, Benny, and I was riffing about how, I believe Matt LaFleur is probably a top 5 coach in the NFL, probably top 5 play caller in the NFL. yesterday he was probably a bottom 5 play caller in the NFL. I thought he just had a really, really bad day. But Tom's right. If the expectation is this is the guy that's going to win another championship for Green Bay, you better hold him to the highest of standards because he better show that if he's going to win a championship, he can at least go to Cleveland and beat the lowly Browns.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, here's my thing is like, you got to be able to create a game plan in which you're making it easier on your quarterback. He knew that Myles Garrett and that defensive front was real. How are you going to utilize your offense and as you said, top play caller in the league to find ways to be creative and get some chunk plays or passes with blockers in front? It was so hard to do anything. And part of that is the offensive line was terrible. But you have to account for that and adjust to that, knowing what you have on the field. Let's go to Mike in Kenosha. You're on the Carbless Talk and Text line. Mike.
Hey, guys. Yeah, that was a rough one. First, I'll say, addressing the very last comment, I don't care what level of coaching or how much of a genius you are. When your offensive line stinks, nothing you do is going to work well. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, I can get on Matt LaFleur for a lot of stuff, for the sloppy penalties, which happen way too often, the special teams breakdowns, which are constant and ultimately falls on him after all these years. But no, play calling is not one of them. Your quarterback made a horrible, horrible throw. And if you can't trust your starting quarterback to make a good, safe throw on a 3rd and 3 to help put the game away in a road game against a defense you can't run against, if you can't trust your quarterback in that situation, then there's no sense even talking about going to the Super Bowl because it's not going to happen. Then you should be talking about looking at a new quarterback. I'm not saying that's the case, but what I'm saying is the play call was fine. If you look back at it, I'm not a big X's and O's guy. I hate when, people think they know that kind of stuff, but you can see Tucker Kraft breaking wide open as Love releases the ball. Now, he's getting pressured all game. You don't know what he sees. I get it. But, that's on the quarterback. And LaFleur's going to take the blame because that's what coaches do. But that throw, that play call, everything was fine. And the quarterback made a horrible decision. You're trying to put the game away. I find no fault with LaFleur on that play.
So Mike, I think you're making some good points here. But one thing that you kind of made for me there was he was under pressure all game. Right? Like, he clearly wasn't comfortable, and the offensive line was shredded, and their front seven was attacking him, getting to him, which gives me every more reason to say it's not that I don't trust him. I don't trust what has been happening to him the entire game. Even if you're not running the ball well, you had a chance to win the football game, and you put it in a spot where it was the most uncomfortable spot for the team all game. And the decision is still inexcusable, but as a head coach, you have to understand the flow of the game. And the flow of the game is that Jordan Love and the offensive line were not blocking well enough, and he was getting attacked, and he wasn't comfortable. Why put him in the most uncomfortable spot in one of the biggest moments of the game when you didn't need to?
I think the argument to that would be they had more success throwing the ball than they did running the ball yesterday.
But you didn't need to there.
I mean, it was only a one-score game. Regardless of if you punted them, I agree with trusting your defense, but you could still have wound up in the same spot.
I would take Joe Flacco trying to lead a 75-yard drive against the Packers defense all day.
Again, I agree. But he probably got too big brain on himself, right? We haven't been able to run the ball. Jacobs did 16 carries for 30 yards. It
wasn't necessarily the most,
They didn't have
creative
success.
It was the most creative play call either on 3rd and 3 there.
No, I don't understand the play call, but I understand less the throw.
Let's go to George in Milwaukee. You want to talk about Matt LaFleur? All you, George.
Yeah, thank you for letting me on. The defense played great. The offense wasn't very good at all, but LaFleur was by far the worst. I mean, this reminds me of having Coach McCarthy days where he such horrible calls, and we didn't make it to Super Bowls. Forget the game. Forget the Super Bowl if LaFleur keeps calling plays like this.
Yeah, I agree.
It's one game, but I'm not seeing the creativity that I think we've all thought Matt LaFleur has in him. You know what I mean? Like on 3rd and 3, where's like the bringing the guy in motion, getting the defense shifting, and getting a guy in a quick out in space for 4 yards. Like it just was. He
was trying stuff yesterday. I'll give him that, right? Like Matthew Golden out of the backfield several times. Sabian Williams, getting different guys involved. I'll give him that, but it wasn't working.
It was sideline to sideline with Golden and Sabian Williams.
I know.
We've seen them do this with Malik Heath, Jaden Reed, like
Jaden Reed especially. That was the big one, yeah.
All the time. Like give me something new. Like you can look around the league and you can watch games and be like, oh, that wasn't that complicated, but it was a good wrinkle into what they had been doing all game. Going sideline to sideline against that Browns defense wasn't.
No, there was certainly a lack of creativity yesterday. I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
Tony and Oshkosh, he trusts LaFleur more than Love. I love to hear why, Tony, on the Carbless Talking text line.
For the simple reason, thanks for taking my call, by the way. We've all had a boss that made a bonehead decision.
Tell me about it.
Sometimes it's better off to go against your boss. Jordan Love should have known not to throw that ball. He should have known. We got on Rodgers all the time for changing the play in the huddle. If there was any time to do it, that was the time. Change the play in the huddle and call a run. Matt LaFleur should have known better than to call a passing play, but I think it's more on Love. He should have known. Let's just run the ball and punt it away.
Yeah, so here's why I disagree with that. I hear it. It's a creative opinion. I haven't heard that one yet, so I appreciate that from Tony. But I would have been discouraged had Jordan Love go, I don't trust myself in this spot. You want a dog at the quarterback position. I don't think Tony would be running home, saying, oh, yeah, I love the guy who says, hey, I don't trust myself. And while I agree self-awareness is important, I don't think Love approached the center in that play, took the snap on that play thinking, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to throw an awful interception. You don't want your guy not trusting himself in that spot. So that's where I would draw the line, but it's creative.
I want to go back to what I had said about him being uncomfortable and putting him in a spot to throw the ball when he was uncomfortable all game. Not just from a getting sack standpoint, but in that same game, he snapped the ball when he didn't need to snap it on the end of the third quarter and ran 50 yards backwards and didn't throw it out of bounds and got sacked. This is the same guy that you gave the ball to throw to in a moment where you didn't need to. He wasn't comfortable. They were all over him. He made a poor decision then, and you didn't need to put him in a spot where he could have made a poor decision then. I'm putting that on Matt LaFleur. I will continue to put it on Matt LaFleur. It doesn't excuse the horrendous throw to the other team, leading to the demise, ultimately, of this game. But he wasn't comfortable. Run the ball, punt it away, and trust the freaking defense. And by the way, I love this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rob in the Carlos Talking text line. Matt LaFleur was creative. He ran Golden left, then he really tricked them by running Golden right.
I do like that as well. That is funny. So when we look at this game at large, not just that specific play, which I know we'll get back to, the blame game offensively likely goes 1 to 3. Number 1 offensive line, number 2 LaFleur, number 3 Love for the entire game, not just the specific interception play. Offensive line more than anything, right?
Yes.
And LaFleur did not have a good day. Neither did Love.
Yes.
But I would say LaFleur had a worse day than Love. We would agree on that overall.
Yes.
Okay. And then on that play, but you fault LaFleur more on that specific play than you do Love.
Yes, because he's
a lot of yeses. Okay, good.
He is the head coach.
Yep.
He has to understanding it's KYP, know your personnel. And part of knowing your personnel is your offensive line that day.
KYP.
Your personnel of your quarterback made a bonehead decision at the end of the third quarter, not letting the clock run out and getting sacked by running and not throwing the ball away. Why in that spot do you need to be a hero when you have a defense that actually is the hero, that is against Joe freaking Flacco? Joe freaking Flacco. Joe freaking Flacco. The game was won.
Yeah.
And Matt LaFleur said, here you go. I want you guys to do this to us.
They golden plattered it to him, man. It was about as big of a choke job as I've seen.
I still love it. We're going to run him left.
We're going to run him
and then we're going to run him right.
Really got him, Matt. That's a boy.
I don't know if they're going to see it coming. Maybe watch out for that number 0. He ran a left. He might go right now.
Yeah, that's okay.
I see your calls. I'll get to them all. On the other side here, I listened to Ricardo in Canada say it's only one game, then proceed to go on a minute and a half rant that didn't make it feel like it was only one game, and then end with it's only one game earlier on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. So we'll see if he's changed at all, but I see it was just a bad game. Relax. So I want to see if he can stay relaxed during his call. And all of yours at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and text line. I will do my best to decipher all of the texts, get to your responses. It's Ben Brust and Alex Strofe with you till 5 o'clock. And again, we want to hear your voices. Who is at fault? What would you have done differently? This stings more than I thought.
I'm cranky.
Here's what I tried to do the thing for myself of like,
oh boy.
Remember at the start, I was like, it's one game. No, I tried. It's inexcusable. Yeah, and Matt LaFleur is he just pops in my mind as the guy leading this team did not do a good enough job despite all the variables in that game.
I don't want to say this is Badgers Maryland level type loss.
It's not,
but it is still very bad. And I'm just cranky. I hate watching bad football games, and I watched a really bad football game on Saturday, and then I watched a really bad football game on Sunday.
Bad in different ways.
Definitely different ways, but just kind of
gross. That's my point, is I didn't want to watch 2 bad games in 2 different ways.
And we watched 2 bad games in 2 different ways, and then, I don't know, Sunday Night Football and Russell Wilson, the former Badger, didn't make me feel a whole lot better about his future in the NFL. That was bad.
Damn.
Yeah, it was just the last game of the night.
800-990-3776. You, KBN Nation, next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
I can't believe she delegated the weeds.
I can't believe Brad just called my woman a cat.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At Citizens Bank, we believe banking is more than transactions. It's about being recognized and remembered. It's feeling like you're understood and supported along the way. It's the small stuff that says, we know you. Because when your bank gets you, banking just feels better. Citizens Bank. Bank where you belong. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/belong. Citizens Bank is member FDIC.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Is back pain slowing you down? The OAW Spine Center offers specialized care with advanced treatments for herniated discs, spinal fusion, and more. Their board-certified orthopedic care specialists use the least invasive methods, starting with non-surgical options. If surgery is needed, they provide minimally invasive procedures. The OAW Spine specialists focus on getting you back to an active lifestyle faster. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO-certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these?
Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Imagine your home totally organized. At Closets by Design, we specialize in providing affordable, custom-built storage solutions with built-ins and beyond, from garages to new home offices. Our experienced designers work within your budget to design a solution fit perfectly to your needs. Get 40% off plus an additional 15% with 18-month financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to get started. Let's get organized together.
Homer here. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching the game from your backyard, every fan knows great moments deserve great vibes. Swing into Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan. Just across the Wisconsin border, they offer a full line of high-quality, clean-grain, certified CBD products designed to help you relax, recover, and recharge no matter the season. Higher Love is organically grown, locally owned, and proudly one of the best in the Midwest. Visit them in Menominee or explore the full CBD lineup at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust and Alex Strofe with you. Full-time Will running the show. Have your voice heard at the Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776. Less is more. We're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Strofe is cranky, and I get it, because we both discussed how we watched two bad football games for two different types of bad.
Mm-hmm.
Badgers, Maryland, which we'll get to, and of course, the inexcusable 10-0 lead that was just
3.5 minutes left, by the way.
Yeah, just
3.5 minutes.
You're making yourself. You're doing this to yourself. You're gonna get more cranky.
I understand it's one game, and again, I think the Packers are still a very good team. I spent a lot of time last week on this show talking about how good I think they can be. I still think they're that team, but days like yesterday cannot happen multiple times in a season. So I have not convinced myself this is a wake up call yet. I hate that term, wake up call, because if you're the Packers and you're losing to the Browns, that should already be a wake-up call enough, but I don't believe in wake-up calls.
It was the way that they lost.
It's inexcusable. 3.5 minutes!
93% chance to win with 3 minutes left.
Get out of here. Whatever, dude. Josh and Kenosha, you're up on the Carbless Talk and Text line.
Hey, guys. So, side note here, don't say you're going to go undefeated. It's bad juju.
He's right.
That's the first point.
I actually agree with that.
We all agree, but who actually said that?
Rasheed Walker.
Well, okay, Rasheed Walker, yes.
Walker.
I just didn't know if...
And then Micah Parsons followed up and commented, but he was just asked about it, so I don't blame him.
He just said he can talk his talk, but he's got to walk the walk, and he did not walk the walk against me.
Right.
Bad game yesterday.
And he did. Myles Garrett walked him. 90% of the blame goes to LaFleur, 10% on Love. And the reason I say that is the flashback of that particular throw reminded me of Seattle blowing it against the Patriots in the Super Bowl when you had Marshawn Lynch. Run the ball. You have a top 3 running back. The way to protect a quarterback who's struggling against a good front is to run the ball. Now, granted, they didn't have a lot of success, but you can't get away from it. Matt LaFleur gets very pass-happy in situations where he should run the ball, kill the clock, trust his defense. And the Packer defense this year is top-notch. I don't want to take anything away from them.
Well, yeah, thank you, Josh. I mean,
I did not see the Malcolm Butler.
No, I did not either.
It's a bit extreme.
I'm pretty sure Marshawn Lynch was able to move the New England Patriots a little bit more than the Packers' run offense was able to move the Cleveland Browns down the field.
True.
But the overall point, again, is Matt LaFleur has to notice that Jordan Love was not having his best game due to a couple of circumstances. The horrendous offensive line play, and he also made a decision to run 30 yards, let's say, south. What would that have been? That would have been southeast. He ran 30 yards southeast and threw it not out of bounds. He didn't throw it at all and went down. We've never that was the first inexcusable Jordan Love play when he just ran backwards, got the ball when you need to snap it, and at that point, with everything going on, don't put it in his hands. Doesn't mean you don't have to trust him when there's more offensive line protection and when he's in rhythm, but that wasn't the case. Run the freaking ball and trust your defense.
Not only are you the moral compass of the show, you are the actual compass of the show. Yes.
Was that right on Southeast?
Dude, I don't know what the wrecked at Huntington Bank Field faces. What are you talking about?
If you're talking about in your own...
I look at I look at everything
from the position of the quarterback?
Position of the quarterback.
Yeah, Southeast would be right, but I don't know if that's actually directionally
no,
where Huntington Bank
and
Field
if you're
lies.
actually looking at the TV, it would have been northeast.
Also, I didn't mean it when I called you the moral compass of the show. That's Brad Norman.
I haven't seen Brad in 2 months, so I don't know. I think I might have to take the reins on that one. Ricardo in Canada. He said, just relax earlier. He didn't sound like he was relaxed. Let's see how relaxed you are at 2:45.
Oh, Canada.
What's up, guys? I'm really relaxed. I just had lunch. Felt good.
Food coming.
Yeah, no, we need to calm down. Honestly, everyone I understand the frustration. It's a game, and we're upset with her. But some of the people calling today, I've even heard people say we should fire LaFleur and hire Halfley as a head. I'm like, what are we talking about, guys? Like, listen, this is, and like I told Waldy and Tosh earlier, this is probably the best thing to happen to this team because they got punched in the face. They got a wake-up call. They told me, hey, enough is enough. No more talk about undefeated. 1-0 every week. Get you know what into gear and enough playing around. Now it's big boy football. Get your stuff together. There's no gimmies in this league. Stop reading the press clippings, and let's go. And we'll be fine. We're still going to win 14, 15 games. I'm fairly confident of that. And I think we have the defense. Defense will travel no matter where he goes. We'll be okay. We just got to relax. It's Cleveland. It's week 3. No one wins or loses the Super Bowl in week 3. We'll be okay, boys.
Very true.
He does sound a little bit more relaxed than he did this morning when I was listening on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What's like a relaxing lunch? I had mac and cheese. That feels kind of homey.
Soup is very homey.
Like chili?
Yeah, so something with noodles and warm and maybe like a panini and with a cup of tomato soup. That's kind of like a relaxing lunch.
Greg in the 608 chimes in the Carbless Talking text line. Blaming LaFleur instead of Love is like blaming Bo Ryan for Ben airballing a shot.
Okay, that is very funny, though I do not think the comparison works.
But here's why the comparison doesn't work. That would be like if I was 0 for 10, and he's like, yeah, we got to draw up the last play for Ben, who's been, he's been on fire. That's my point, is Jordan Love wasn't comfortable. The offensive line wasn't great. You know what was the only thing that you knew that you had is a defense and a guy named Joe Flacco on the other side. Every time I say his name, I say it loud because I want to remind people that's not how they lost. They lost because of their own decision-making. Let's go to Diana in McGuanago. Diana, Dirty D, how are you?
But you guys act like it's the end of the world because the almighty Green Bay Packers lost the football game. And you're sitting there picking on Flacco, Ben, who won the game.
Okay, Diana. Woo! The Browns won the game.
I want to know what that woo was for.
But do you know how many times Joe Flacco scored a touchdown when he had to drive the whole field?
I didn't watch the whole game.
Okay. All right. Now, I'm sorry, Diana. I'm sorry. I'm not going to have you call in and tell me.
You can't.
No.
Hang up on me.
No. I will, Diana. I will. I will press hang up and drop because if you're going to tell me who won the game and then say you didn't watch the game, I'm not going to listen to it. 800-990-3776, Carbless Talking text line.
For Diana's sake, let's just make this very, very clear for every caller, every texter, and us going forward, including Will, including Madison Hayes 24.
I would have done the same thing to anybody who said that.
Let's just make it very clear. The Browns did not win that game. The Browns did not win that game. The Packers served it up to them on as golden of a platter as Matthews' last name. Okay? It's as simple as that. Blocked field goals, which was a nice play by the Browns, bad play by the Packers special teams. The interception that landed them at the 4-yard line. The Packers gifted them the game like it was Christmas morning. Merry Christmas to the worst team in the last 20 years in the NFL. That's what happened. The Browns did not win that game. Packers lost it.
Jason and Tosa, you're up on the Carbless Talking text line.
Yeah, I want to say I agree with Alex that it's not the fact of the defeat yesterday that kind of stings, and it's the way the loss happened because it dredges up memories of similar types of losses under Matt LaFleur that involve pretty much the same script. A physical defense, front seven, like Phillies had in the past and the Niners, kind of bullying the Packers offense, and then the unbelievably atrocious special teams. I also noticed that, Alex, you referred to Matt LaFleur as a top 5 coach, then you kind of had a run-on sentence where you said top 5 play caller. I think those are two different things.
I would agree.
I think I agree with you. But he might be a top 5 to 10 play caller, but is he a top 5 leader of men? Is he a top 5 hirer of assistant coaches? Because I look at Joe Barry.
Yes.
I
Jeff
look
Hafley,
at Sean
final
Menenga.
answer. Jeff Hafley, final answer.
Okay. And how about Rich Bisaccia?
We'll get to him. Don't worry. We'll get to him.
I agree with you on this, Jason. He should not have been allowed on the team playing last night. How's that for an answer?
There you go. And then I think this is why I agree with Ben. I think LaFleur needs to change and adapt to the team he has, maybe not the team he wants to coach. This is not a high-flying offense that's going to win high 20s or 30s scoring-wise. They could have won that game yesterday with 10 points. A win is a win. Mm-hmm. The Patriots won a Super Bowl less than a decade ago, scoring 13 points. He looked lost. He looked despondent yesterday. And I was thinking, let's get out of Cleveland against a great defense with a win. That's why he called that pass. That's who Matt LaFleur is. He's got to change. I mean, Love should not have thrown the pass. He deserves it. That loss was on Matt LaFleur in my mind. He did not come in with the right game plan. Let's be honest, Jim Schwartz ate his lunch yesterday.
Sure did. He had Dan Quinn's number the week before, but Jim Schwartz and that defense did play well, and they do deserve credit, but not the whole credit because the Packers were still up 10-0 with 3.5 to go.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good call by Jason, and we could.
Oh, because he complimented you.
No, but then he disagreed with me, and I think that what he disagreed with me on is something we probably will discuss. I would imagine the next couple of weeks as the Packers enter their bye week next week. You know, how much do you trust LaFleur? Where does LaFleur rank in your mind in those specific categories? I think it's a good point by Jason on that. I would say this, though. Let's just get out of Cleveland, I think, is what we were all thinking when Brandon McManus stepped on the field.
Yep.
And Rich Bisaccia
There was like 3 times where I was like, let's just get out of Cleveland.
Rich Bisaccia thought to himself, on the other field goal that was almost blocked, we should do the same exact thing. And Jordan Morgan said, actually my 3 false start penalties and all my blown assignments on offense, that actually wasn't enough for the day. I don't want to get out of Cleveland just yet. I want to get out of Cleveland with everybody calling me a total bust because that's what I've been through my first 2 seasons with the Packers. That's what I want. I think that's what Jordan Morgan and Rich Bisaccia were thinking.
He's a cranky Alex Strofe. I'm Ben Brust. We're with you, KBN Nation, and all of ESPN Wisconsin at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talking text line. I don't know when to transition to the Badgers. I also have some special team stuff with Rich Bisaccia. You know what? You mentioned Rich Bisaccia.
Let's do Bisaccia next. Let's go to Badgers at the top of the hour. We're going to talk to Jason at the end of the 3 o'clock.
What, you're running the show now?
I'm still the producer of the show, despite me being in here.
You gave him an inkling of questioning, and he just took over.
And by the way, as the producer of the show, he could tell me anything that he thinks I should do, and I get to choose what we do. So that's next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
I don't value that. You don't value much. You don't.
That's not true.
No, that's true.
You guys are coming at me a little too much.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Buckle up, Milwaukee. The journey starts now.
Around third is Durbin. Here comes the throw home. Durbin slides in there safely. The Brewers walk it off in 10.
The Crew have punched their ticket.
And the Brewers, clinching the playoffs earlier today, put an exclamation mark on it here tonight.
Brewers playoff coverage on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Stay up to date on all your Brewers talk right here.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
While the Packers led for most of the game, a Jordan Love interception led to a Browns touchdown to tie the game late in the fourth quarter. The Green and Gold drove the ball down the field and attempted a field goal to take the lead, but it was blocked and set up Cleveland for a game-winning field goal as time expired. Here's Packers quarterback Jordan Love on his late-game interception.
It was a really tough play, especially in the circumstances of the timing of the game right there. So, one we just have to learn from, move on.
The Packers will prepare to head to the Lone Star State as they will match up against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. September is here and the kids are back in school, vacations are winding down, and for a lot of us that means one thing: time to refocus on the house. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit, and to make it even easier, you'll get 0% financing for 3 years. So no interest and no pressure. Don't wait for the first freeze to realize your windows aren't cutting it. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to book your free estimate today. You'll be ahead of the game, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
This summer, your wishes take center stage at WishFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all summer for over $1 million in prizes and earn entries into the WishFest prize drawings on Friday, September 26th. Your entries from July, August, and September all count. Plus, 5 lucky winners will have their ultimate wish granted. Wish big, win big. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust and Alex Strofe with you. Bad weekend of football. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
It was not fun.
Full-time Will's running the show. If you don't know the way in the show, it's always the Carbless Talking text line 800-990-3776 or on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Cody, you're up on the Carbless Talking text line all the way down in Kentucky.
Hey, how's it going, guys? First off, the same thing everybody else has been saying. This is the worst 3 minutes of football since the NFC champion Seahawks collapse in 2014. But that aside, I'm a staunch advocate for the refs being the least amount involved in games as possible. At the end of that game, they literally got the pass off, ran up to spike the ball. The Browns center got it, spiked it 2 yards off of where it should have been, and the ref did nothing. And if the ref would have moved the ball to the correct location, there's no way on God's green earth that they would have had time to kick that field goal. And everybody has glazed over, hadn't heard anybody bring it up. Isn't that against the rules, or is there something that the NFL needs to say about that?
No, so it's actually not against the rules. The refs could step in had it been a bad spot. He actually marked it. It looked like if you watch it back, it actually
yard and a half
like
short.
he marked it short, but the refs didn't step in. But it's up to them there. Rob Domofsky, I don't know if he tweeted about it. I think he tweeted about it. It's not illegal, but not ideal. And I agree with you with no timeouts. I was hoping time would run out and they wouldn't get set in time, but no.
Also, if you tackle somebody, jump on their body.
Yeah, just
lay on them.
Yeah.
It's been done to the Packers.
It has.
Where they just I got to get off them. Yeah, waste as much time as possible. Now, why I don't get too hung up with it is because you don't know if you win or won or lost in overtime anyway. Mm-hmm. But it definitely is something worth mentioning because, again, I'm glad Strofe read through Rob Demovsky's tweet with the refs because I saw him tweet about it, and I was like, I'm too focused on the fact that it was a disaster leading up to that point.
We've talked about it many times on the show before, Benny, the 5 stages of grief. That would be your bargaining one, right? You're trying to, hey, they cheated. They cheated. We should have won still. No, they didn't cheat.
Well, what part of the bargaining is cranky? Because that's what you are.
That's called anger. That's the one that comes after bargaining.
I don't think you're angry. You're just cranky. They're two different things.
The stages are denial, anger, bargaining.
I know what they are. I'm just saying
I'm not quite
you're making the 6th right now. Cranky.
Yeah, it's probably somewhere between depression and acceptance. Actually,
I think you're all 5 right now. I think
you change every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You're cycling through him.
I feel like I've been pretty steady cranky.
No, you're like when there's a car, you're part of the acceptance phase. Oh, that's a good point. And then you go back to wait, this is.
Well, I thought Jason had a very level-headed angry call, and that's what I'm looking for today. Give me a level-headed angry.
All right, we want level-headed angry. 800-990-3776. John in Monroe, you're up on the Cardinals Talking text line.
He's a cheesemaker. He's going to give me level-headed angry. Come on, John.
Well, I don't know about that. You're giving me too much credit, I think. But anyways, one is I can't believe that Bisaccia's still the special teams coach. The other thing is that, it just seems like LaFleur just loses track of the game. He's more concerned at looking at his Denny's menu, play calling sheet for what he's going to play instead of looking at what the situation is. I mean, the call goes in right away, and he just doesn't adapt. The other thing is, and this is kind of bizarre, but it's almost like Goody needs to do the same thing how he obtained Micah Parsons. Get rid of the first-round draft choices and trade them off to get proven players. I mean, the offensive line is a disaster. I mean, you can't do anything about injuries, but Morgan, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his last name. I mean, he hasn't really shown anything.
Well, you're lucky. His last name is Morgan, first name Jordan. But yes, but look, on the Jordan Morgan front, saying I feel bad for him isn't the right term, but I also think it's a hard thing when you're a second-year guy and you're like, hey, I'm going to be the left tackle. And then you're splitting snaps at right guard. And then all of a sudden, all right, I'm right tackle. I've never played right tackle in the NFL against that Cleveland Browns defensive line. Talk about putting somebody in a bad spot.
He was put in a bad spot. I agree with you on that. But I'm not doing the I feel bad for him thing.
I didn't say I did. I'm just saying Matt LaFleur
on that line.
Matt LaFleur did not put him in a position to succeed.
But put yourself in a position to succeed then. You're a first-round pick. Win the freaking left tackle battle, okay? Rasheed Walker was hurt for the entirety of preseason. He still didn't win the battle. That's on you, bro. That's on you. You're rotating at right guard. You can't beat out Sean Ryan, who's a 4th-round pick.
I think this is anger, not cranky.
This is not anger.
Not cranky, anger.
I don't understand. I will say this, though, in his defense. I do not understand the position of putting him at right tackle when you have Anthony Belton and Darian Kennard, who have both played right tackle previously this year, right tackle. I don't understand that decision.
Against the Browns.
I didn't get that at all.
I'm still confused.
So 3 false starts, sure. But guess what? Guess who blew the coverage on the blocked field goal?
Also, Morgan Jordan.
Also Jordan Morgan, right? So still no excuses for me. I did get a little fired up there.
Level-headed angry, Robin Madison on Jordan Morgan. Go ahead, level-headed angry, Rob.
What up, boys?
What's up, Rob?
So, the quote, I think it's been in a movie too, is John Lennon. He says, I'm an artist. Give me a tuba. I'm going to get something out of it. Jordan Morgan is just a freaking offensive lineman. And he wasn't expected to pull and run. He was supposed to block. He was part of the field goal issue too. The guy sucks. First round bust. Horrible. I don't give a crap. All he has to do is block. Don't ask him anything real special. And can't even freaking get the play on because he's getting offside penalties.
I think it's validated angry. I don't know about level-headed.
Validated anger from Robin Madison. 800-990-3776. Chef Ed chimes in. I love the way he puts this. LaFleur couldn't adapt to the situation. His offensive ego didn't allow him to make the right decision on 3rd and 3. Let me end this text with a positive note.
Going for big old 96 tonight. Let's go.
You're cooking with Chef Ed. Yeah, look, there's a lot to get to the rest of the show. But for Stevie chimes in, one thing we haven't even mentioned, which we kind of got there, which is why I want to bring this up. Benny, you've already pointed it out a little bit, but there's a huge correlation between Matt LaFleur and the lack of discipline and the penalties. Another, stripe on his
all right, start
tiger
over.
stripe.
Say the whole thing again.
Notch on his belt?
Yes, notch on the belt. Thanks, Will.
You lost me in the analogy that I don't even remember what you said.
Well, Matt LaFleur had a really bad game, and we could add the undiscipline and the penalties to another notch on the old Matt LaFleur belt.
There you go. Landed the plane that time.
I want to read some stuff about Rich Bisaccia.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's going to make you. What were you really angry?
Just for a moment on Jordan Morgan, I'm actually just irritated, extremely irritated with Rich Bisaccia.
We're going to turn extremely irritated to extremely angry. Alex Strofe, be ready in 2 minutes.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Homestead High School's Connor Pangallo. In Homestead's 42-7 win over Whitefish Bay on Thursday, Pangallo had 12 carries for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. On top of that, he would later take a 93-yard kick return to the house for his 3rd touchdown of the game. Through 4 games, Pangallo has led the Highlanders to an undefeated record with 690 yards and 10 touchdowns. Pangallo is in his senior year and is also an all-conference baseball player. Congrats to Connor Pangallo, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Neck and back surgeries can be risky. Your spine deserves the best. Professional athletes trust Neurospine Center of Wisconsin, including baseball, where surgeon Dr. Brandon Rebels helped get Milwaukee's MVP back on the field for a stellar season. We can help you too, with the top nationally rated spine surgeons in the state for quality outcomes. You can trust the professionals at Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Get a second opinion in just a few clicks, now offered virtually throughout Wisconsin. Visit nscwi.com. Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Your spine health is our passion.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle Brust and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
No Kyle Wallace, no Brad Nortman. You got Ben Brust with Alex Strofe with you. Full-time Will's running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, Strofe is really fed up with Rich Bisaccia. And a lot of people should be. In 2021, the Green Bay Packers finished Dead last in special teams.
32nd, yep.
They bring in Rich Bisaccia from the Raiders to be the special teams coordinator.
It was a little bit better, if I'm not mistaken.
They were 22nd in 2022, in due large part thanks to Keyshawn Nixon having a awesome year returning the football off of kickoffs. I think he took 2 to the house and that was his first all-pro season as a kick returner. Then in 2023, 29th. 29th. There's only 3 other teams. 3 other teams that were worse than the Packers in special teams. Last year, this was from Bill Huber, 22nd. The last time the Green Bay Packers finished in the top half of the league was when? 2012, they were 12th.
Whoa.
The last time the Packers were in the top half of the league in special teams was in 2012.
Yeah, right.
Rich Bisaccia is getting paid $2.2 million, not only to help the special teams, but the associate head coach in situational awareness and helping Matt LaFleur and being a sounding board. How's that going? How was the situational awareness yesterday? How was adjusting to the same way they tried to block the first field goal?
Yeah. I mean, it goes further than that, right? I mean, it goes further than that. And the blocks are one thing. The not adjusting, the blown coverages, the bad punt returns, and it dates back all season. It's
Go to YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison to look at Alex Strofe.
My head hurts a little bit, so I'm trying to remain calm here. So I talked about this a little bit on Mr. Irrelevant, and nobody could give me a good answer. So I'm gonna run this past you. Tell me if you have a good answer, okay?
I always have a good
answer. Let's hope so. The first 3 weeks, kick returns, punt returns have been at best subpar. At best, punt returns have been bad. I mean, I don't think I can come up with a better word for that.
Savion Williams, great kick return to put them in position.
Yep. That's why I went with subpar at best.
Like using him in those situations.
I'm good with trying out Savion. Punt returns, I don't think Savion's the answer. And I don't think Matthew Golden's the answer. We've seen that through 3 weeks. Because either he doesn't catch the ball, and when he does catch the ball, like he did against Washington, he goes backwards, trying to make something happen. And also, I just don't want him out there from an injury perspective. It's the same case I made with Jaden Reed last year. It's what the case they're making this year with Keyshawn Nixon. They don't want him returning kicks because of an injury thing. If my mind serves me correct, Ben, the Packers currently have 2 open roster spots. They only have 51 men on the roster. You have 53, you only have 51 right now. You signed a guy this offseason virtually for his job to be your kick and punt returner.
Well, he screwed that up in the preseason.
Sure. But they kept him around. He's still on the practice squad. And you have 2 open roster spots.
Got nothing to lose.
What the hell are we waiting for?
What was the question? Just what the hell are we waiting for?
Why is McCole Hardman on the practice squad?
Okay, because you made it seem like this was a really tough philosophical question that I was gonna have to think really deeply about.
The point is, it's not a tough question. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't think we're helping to getting him to acceptance.
No. And I think he's lying about the usually by the day after I'm over a loss thing, because I think this one's going to carry over into tomorrow, and I got him tomorrow with me, too.
Yeah, it might sting because he, what did you call it on Green Bay game day? A cupcake win?
Oh!
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said I was transitioning to the next topic, and my dumb brain just kind of made me say something.
Matthew chimes in. My first thought of seeing the end of the game yesterday was hearing the word from Strofe say it's going to be a cakewalk when discussing this game.
It's a different type of pastry.
It was a different type of pastry. It was cake, which I actually had a nice piece of cake today. That's beside the point.
Cool.
Thank you. I just said in this game that should be a cakewalk of sorts. And Brian Bulaga, brilliantly done by him, who's going to join us at 4:45, and I'm sure I'll hear about it, said, Strofe, stop the show. Strofe, no such thing as a cakewalk in the NFL. And it was a terrific rant and lesson in football by Brian Bulaga, which is, he's much smarter than me, obviously, played in the NFL for 11 years. I just kind of thought, given how I was riding high, I'm a fan, right? I was riding high. The Packers have been playing so well. I just thought they'd go to Cleveland, it looked like all they were going to need was 10 points.
All they did need was 10 points.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I thought, okay, it should be a cakewalk. They should be able to muster up enough points. Cleveland's not going to be able to against this defense. Should be an easy win. Good reminder. It's the NFL. There's no such thing as an easy win. And if that wasn't a reminder enough, you look at the other 2 games in the same window that had blocked field goals to change the outcome of those games. 3 blocked kicks for outcome changes in noon slate. Crazy. Never seen anything like it. So, yeah, no such thing as a cakewalk in the NFL. I'm an idiot. That one's on me. I apologize to KBN Nation.
Let's go to Jerry and Delafield on the Carbless Talking text line, 800-990-3776. Delafield, great place. Beautiful area. Got married out there.
Yes, you did. Beautiful.
Yeah, hey, it is a great place. Hey, I'm calling him. I'm not angry. I just want your opinion on something, and it's about the respect and almost the fear that Coach LaFleur showed for Myles Garrett and the defense before the game, during the week before, leading up to it. And then my question is, can you give almost too much respect to an opponent where it creates a lack of confidence in your own team and your own offense? During the telecast yesterday, they said he had a series of plays that he would only call when Myles Garrett was off the field. Well, does that tell your offense that, we're not good enough to really block this guy, so we're not going to run these plays, or we're going to only run these plays when he's off the field? That just seems like you're not confident in your own team, and I wonder if that gets across the field into a mindset with the offensive line. It also tells you that, hey, Micah Parsons, I never did this when we played you, but I'm doing it against Myles Garrett because he's probably better than you. It just seems like it's a weird approach to the whole mindset of the game. I'll hang up and let you talk.
I like what you're bringing up. I wouldn't look too far into what it means to the other side of the field. I would more so say that when Myles Garrett is on the field and you have Rasheed Walker going against him, it's like anything. You need to change the way that you block. You need to chip. You need to have a tight end over there. You need to make sure you have the running back over on the side that Myles Garrett's on. Like, you do have to game plan different things. Maybe he's a little too complimentary, but I don't look into it that much. I put it on more that they have a lot of injuries at the offensive line, and they weren't able to protect Jordan Love in a way where he felt confident to make enough plays to help move the ball down the field. I'm really curious what Alan in Milwaukee has to say, because I think it's crazy.
Hey, Alan.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
Good, Alan. How are you?
You know, Alan.
So I don't know why everybody's so upset. So, for one, the game yesterday just shows how people who were crowning the Packers after 2 weeks, how moronic they look, because it was 2 weeks. Everyone, if you look around the league, everyone pretty much just fell back to earth on week 3 because, week 3 is the new week 1. Every team pretty much played yesterday how they're going to play throughout the year. The other thing is, if you watch football other than just the Packers, the Browns have been building their roster for years. Not years and years, but they've been building their roster. They've been doing a good job of adding, quality players over there. So, I mean, the Ravens, who are much better than the
Deshaun
Packers,
Watson, really great guy, great quarterback.
Barely beat him. Barely beat him? I watched that whole game. Joe Flacco had an interception that was brought back where Lamar threw a touchdown 2 plays later. They strip-sacked him, took it all the way down. They blocked a field goal. They dominated the Browns. And, Allen, to continue on here, they have Joe Flacco! Joe Flacco!
Right, and I said their only problem is they haven't been able to find a quarterback.
Their team is not good.
Allen.
I think you should go back and look at some of their offensive weapons the last few years. They've had a quality team over there for a while.
All right, Allen is now a Browns fan. Have fun with that one.
To Allen's point, I did see a crazy stat that the Browns out-yardaged, phrase that the wrong way. They outgained their opponent in the first 2 games, and yesterday was the first time they did not, and they won.
Yeah, because they literally don't have the ability to score touchdowns. They can hold on to the ball and throw it over the middle 15 times to their tight ends and run the football and own the time of possession, and then Joe Flacco's, or the Browns, because they're not good. They are not a good football team. They do this every year. They beat someone they're not supposed to beat, and then look at their record at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Didn't they do it to the 49ers like 2 years ago? They beat randomly.
This is what they do.
It happens. It's not the end of the world. I'm fascinated. I'm still hung up on something from Alan's call about how week 3 is the new week 1 and that this is how every team is going to play now.
The only thing that
what the hell does that mean?
The only thing that I think is somewhat true is you still are figuring out who you are in week 1 and week 2, but by week 3 you're not like, oh, this is who I am the rest of the year. That's wild.
I don't have $1 million to gamble, but I'm going to do it. Okay? I will bet you $1 million the Packers will score more than 10 points in at least one more game the rest of the season. I will bet you $1 million. I'm not done, Will. I will bet you $1 million that the Packers don't lose every game the rest of the season. Okay? I feel pretty comfortable with both those bets.
Go ahead. I think his overall point he was trying to make is actually I don't.
You said everybody that's crowning them is moronic.
Yeah,
like, they beat the Lions and the Commanders.
Yeah,
I understand it's early in the season.
I don't know why I tried to reason with unreasonable.
No. Alan.
I love Allen. I really do. And I watch so many freaking games, and I watched the whole Ravens-Browns game to know that this was the under in an ugly, sloppy game based off their defense was a possibility with the offensive line injuries, their run-stopping defense, and the Packers' great defense. This was a possible game flow. And they did what they needed to do. They were up 10-0. They should have won the football game. They peed themselves. They did.
I will say this. I will agree with Alan on one thing. Okay? Alan?
You said Alan 15 times.
Yeah, I'm doing a thing here, Ben. Can you not tell? I'm doing a thing.
Getting annoyed.
Mm-hmm. All right, Alan. The Browns might be better than we give them credit for. I'll just say that. I will just say that. Now, they don't have a quarterback.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't take away from the fact that the Packers lost this game.
They might win like 7 games this year.
Congratulations, Browns fans. Congratulations, Alex Stroh, for that take.
They might.
Wonderful.
They might.
I turn my attention to the Badgers next. I feel like I'm cranky now.
I am too.
Because you've made me cranky.
Yeah, the floor.
Well, you're doing great.
The floor is yours next segment, by the way.
I'm trying to be the upbeat guy of the panel.
I'm going to sit back, kick my feet up, man. I want to listen to Benny Badgers on what the hell happened at Camp Randall Stadium on Saturday.
What do you mean, what the hell happened? The biggest...
Stop. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take over the show for a moment. Okay?
Here we go.
Benny Badger is giving you an unfiltered opinion on what the hell went wrong at Camp Randall Stadium. That is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. It's KBN, ESPN, Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I put my card in, I pump. When it clicks, I pull it out, I put it away, and I move on to my own.
That's what she said. Thanks so much, Old T.
She pumps and moves on with her life.
Take it out, put it in, moves on. Come on, Kyle. Keep up. That's Packers Hall of Famer. That was one of my better ones, and he's confused.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Things off this afternoon with a little bit of a backup westbound on 894, starting from about 60th Street all the way through into the Hale. Westbound 94 is starting to slow down a bit from 17th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. We've got southbound 43 a bit backed up south of Capitol Drive all the way to North Avenue, and southbound 41 a little heavy right past Appleton Avenue to Silver Spring, Hampton to Capitol, and then from on the northbound side from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, chance for showers and storms, mostly cloudy with a low of 62. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, still humid with a chance of showers, a high of 72. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
We have had great offenses around here for a long time. And we've sat there, can the defense be good enough? And we have #fired every coordinator on defense we've seen.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We don't need no more fire. The hashtag guys, because Jeff Hafley ain't going to get, you're not going to get hashtagged with Half because he's been an absolute home run hire.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
Will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bella Mare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water.
should be worn on the fingers
The wrist.
The neck and the ears.
of the woman you love.
The Bella Mare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit means sit dog training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
This summer, your wishes take center stage at Wish Fest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all summer for over $1 million in prizes and earn entries into the Wish Fest prize drawings on Friday, September 26th. Your entries from July, August, and September all count. Plus, 5 lucky winners will have their ultimate wish granted. Wish big, win big. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, there's better days ahead. I can say that for the Packers. Don't know if I can say that for the Badgers. I think it was last Monday that I had talked about if they lose to Maryland, I don't know how any Badger fan could have hope for the rest of the season. They did the thing.
They did the thing.
They did it. They did the thing where I was legitimately broken. Legitimately broken. Ben Brust, Alex Strofe. Full-time Will running the show, 800-990-3776. That's the Carbos Talking text line. I'm sick. I'm just sick. I don't know what you want me to say. I had to watch a football game on Saturday at 11 a.m. in which the Badgers had 0 points at halftime. I had to look at Jesse Nelson carry the water for the football team and try and make every excuse as to why everything's okay. It's not okay. Losing to Maryland is not okay. This is the lowest the football program has been pre-Barry Alvarez. This is by far the lowest the program has been. And it sucks because it's hard to find the path forward. Because when I look around, and I guess my biggest complaint right now is that we're 3 years into Luke Fickell getting paid over $8 million a year. This isn't 2012. This isn't, all right, the 2027 recruiting class is top 15. This is an era where you can bring players in. And I don't know how you can bring players in. I know a lot of this has to do with money. But if a program like Indiana and a program like Illinois, who got their brakes beat off, I get that, can have better programs than Wisconsin when the priority of those schools is basketball, that tells you how low it is right now to be a Wisconsin Badger football fan. It's lifeless. And now I'm getting alerts, and I'm happy about this. I'm not happy about this, but I'm happy about this. There was 2 scenarios heading into Maryland that I was hoping to have happen. One I was hoping more than the other. I was hoping as 10-point favorites against the Maryland Terrapins at home, the Badgers would take care of business and show progress and give my heart more of a beat. I'm flatlined. I'm flatlined. Dee! There's no up, boop, 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 boop. I'm dead. I'm dead as it pertains to being a Wisconsin Badger football fan. There's no hope. What's the hope? If someone can tell me the hope, I'll listen. But until you can tell me the hope, I'm broken. I'm broken. It's impossible to sit here after watching that on Saturday and have anything to say. Like, what am I supposed to say? Oh, I'm looking forward to playing Michigan after the bye week? No, I'm not. Because if anything now, because this was a blowout, and it was a blowout because they can't score points. I don't care if it's the starting quarterback or the backup quarterback. They scored 0 points in the first half at home against Maryland. At home against Maryland. So there's 2 scenarios. You give me hope or you kill me. Well, they killed me. And now I hope that it's on public display at this point, which it is. I got a notification day after my birthday, October 4th. Big noon kickoff at Michigan. I was thinking, oh, man, why can't they just bury us on Big Ten Network at 2:30? And I was like, you know what? This is actually a good thing. Because now we have to be embarrassed again in front of the national audience. So, this is horrible. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate that somehow from 2010, and look, I'll admit, the end of the Paul Christ from COVID to 2021, going back to the first week against Penn State when they couldn't hand the ball off and lost at home, to then Washington State to Illinois, that was unacceptable. But to make an investment as large as the Wisconsin football program did to get this 3 years in is even more unacceptable than what had been happening to the program and losing what they were and not changing and adapting with the times. Like the basketball program, there are gripes. They need to get to the second weekend. They need more tournament success. But Greg Gard adapted. He's changed their style of play. He's brought in transfers to come play there because of what he has shown that he can do as a coach. What has this football program shown from a coaching standpoint to be like, yeah, no matter what, that's a spot where I know if I go there, I'm going to further where I'm going to go on the football field. There's a blueprint for basketball. What is it for football? There's no blueprint. There's no identity. There's no culture. There's no life. There's no nothing. And so I guess I got my Saturdays back. I don't want my Saturdays back. I want my Saturdays to be about the Badgers. Now it's big noon kickoff, and I'm glad. But I'm sad. Because I don't want to be excited that now they're at Michigan on big noon kickoff. But now at least it continues to put us in the spotlight to show how far we have fallen.
You are excited for the reason that a football fan should never be excited.
Yes.
You are excited to get exposed on national television so it's as clear as possible to everybody in the country that Luke Fickell is not what the Badgers hired him to be.
I don't want that to be the case.
No, I understand that.
I hate this.
No,
I don't want any of this to be the case.
So there's a lot to unpack there from you. And I love your passion on the Badgers, which is why I wanted to just give you the floor. When Luke Fickell was hired in November of 2022, I was there. And I remember the pure excitement from anybody you talk to, from alumni to fans to players to former players to analysts to talking heads to writers. Nationwide, it was unanimous.
You're spot on.
You got the guy.
Yep.
Wisconsin just got the guy. right? If you're going to move on from Jim Leonard, if you're going to move on from Paul Chryst.
You got the guy that took a team to the college football playoff. You got the guy that was a nose tackle back in the day that understands winning in the trenches. You got the guy that had the pedigree with Ohio State, connections there when they won a national championship. You got the guy. What? This is the guy. This is what the guy is giving us?
And there was a word you used there. Actually, it was two words, but it was a buzzword that we use a lot to describe football teams specifically. The word identity, right? You just described what Luke Fickell's identity is. He's a Big Ten guy. He's a Midwest guy. He's a trenches guy. Hard-nosed, old-school football type guy. Have you seen any of the things I just described out of the Badgers the last 2+ years? The answer's no.
And every fan can feel it. And when I say feel it, they feel nothing. They feel no connection. They feel no life. They feel nothing to be excited about. The thing that people were holding on to heading into Maryland was the run defense. The run defense.
Yeah.
The run defense. They can't move the football. They can't run the football. They can't throw the football. They can't execute special teams. They can't execute offense. They're nothing. They're literally nothing.
Yeah,
I'm coming to you.
See you like
I'm
this.
coming to you today more defeated.
Yeah,
because I already did my grief of anger. 5 stages. It was all
5
that.
stages of grief. Yes,
It was all frustration, anger. I don't know.
Denial, bargaining.
John in Milwaukee, you're up on the Carbless Talking text line.
Hey, Ben, ordinarily I'd ask you how things are going, but I already know the answer to that one. I got a question for you, though. What do you think? Does McIntosh also have to go? Where are you with that?
Look, it's tough because when you think about McIntosh, he was a Badger. He was a trenches guy. And I can't fault Chris McIntosh for taking the swing. Because guess what? When Chris McIntosh took the swing, Ben Bruss was waving his Wisconsin flag and saying, this was great. That's not up to me. I think he did what he had to do.
I was going to say
he did what he had to do. He put his belief behind Coach Fickell after the game.
Okay, we'll get to that. I will say this. He did what he had to do in 2022. He made the tough decision to fire Paul Chryst, who had done a lot of good for this program. And when it came to replacing him, he didn't stick with the easy answer. The easy answer was Jim Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that things are a ton different with Jim Leonard as the head coach. I got to be honest with you on that. I don't know that
a lot of people are going to disagree. I'm probably closer to you than fans. I think it's a very natural thing in Wisconsin people's past to want to stay connected with the Wisconsin thing.
I love Jim Leonard. I hope that guy is eventually a head coach of the National Football League.
He's a great guy.
He's an awesome dude. He's a family man. He's a really good football coach. I don't think he was the answer at Wisconsin. What Chris McIntosh had to do in 2022 was take a big swing. And that's what he did. He hired the guy. Now, it's kind of hands-off from that point forward on him. It's on Luke Fickell to pick a staff. It's on him to pick an offensive coordinator. He picked Phil Longo.
The problem that Mac has, the only thing I'll say about Mac is the price tag.
Yeah, but do you get Fickell without that price tag? And in 2022, I think you say do whatever it takes. And now, all of a sudden, we are back at that category. We're just on the other side of it. Do whatever it takes. It's a $25 million roughly buyout if you fire him in season. If you wait until after the season, that price will drop a little bit. And there's also the opportunity to negotiate. So I will just say this to Badgers fans. If I am guessing, based on what we know, if there is a change coming for the Wisconsin football program, I don't think it's happening in season. I think it would happen after the season finale. And I would also make the case for that. Because let this ride out that way. When Paul Chryst was fired in the 2022 season, you had a guy internally that the guys loved, right? The players loved, the fan base loved, and would actually maybe bring a sign of, hey, we can still do this thing despite getting rid of the head coach. It was lighting a fire under some butts, but you had a natural leader in Jim Leonard that could help turn this program around. I don't think you have that in 2025. And number one, it's a massive buyout. It would double the biggest in Big Ten history if Luke Fickell was fired today. It would double the biggest in Big Ten history. That's not a joke. That's a fact. And I don't know that you can look at a first-year offensive coordinator in Jeff Grimes or Mike Tressel, the defensive coordinator, and say, yep, that's going to get us to 6 wins. Let alone, the schedule's as hard as it is, but you're not getting bowl eligible this year. You might not win another game this year. I don't see what firing the head coach midseason does for you other than hurt you financially. So if there's a change coming, I would wait until after the season because I don't think that puts you behind the 8 ball in hiring the next, hopefully, guy.
Like I said, I don't have much more to say. I mean, I'm a broken man.
I understand that. Let's leave it at that for now. I'm sure we'll talk about it more this week.
Yeah, I think I'm in denial. Would you say that's fair?
Partially acceptance with the how excited
acceptance.
you are to see them lose on Big Noon Kickoff.
I think
Yikes.
That's partial acceptance.
That's. I'm not proud of that, by the way. I hate that.
It's not your fault.
Thanks, Will. You're doing great today. That's full-time Will.
I'm just supporting here.
Will Summers running the show. Alex Strofe, Ben Brust here. Just deep breath. It's going to get better. Eventually. Just don't know when. We are going to get to Jason Wilde at 3:45. Ish. So we're going to go to break.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Oh, wow. North? Spread Eagle is way north. Way north.
You're doing the thing where you don't know what you're doing.
No, it is, though.
We don't know where up north is.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 41, we do have some backups right now coming in from Appleton Avenue, pretty much all the way past Hampton. Northbound's backed up from Mayfair Road almost to Capitol Drive. Westbound 94, watch for delays coming from 17th Street all the way to Hawley Road. And then we've also got, looks like a broken down vehicle on the ramp from 84th Street to 94 westbound. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Southbound 43, you got your backups right through the Marquette from Fond du Lac Avenue down through and over the high-rise bridge. Traffic is brought to you by Morningstar Golfers Club. Tee it up at Morningstar Golfers Club. Championship greens, breathtaking views, and a golf experience you won't forget. Book your tee time today at golfthestar.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, chance of showers and storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 62. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, still humid, chance of showers with a high of 72. Weather's brought to you by IKEA Oak Creek. At IKEA Oak Creek, making your home and uniquely yours is now more rewarding. Join rewards from IKEA family and start earning points today. Not a member yet? Sign up for free at ikea.com/US and start earning. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Looking for a new car, truck, or SUV? Take the nearest exit to Ewald Automotive for 2025 model year clearance pricing. Save over $14,000 or get 0% financing. All makes, all models. Over 700 2025s in stock with model year clearance pricing. And with the Ewald low price guarantee, we'll beat your best price on a new vehicle by $500 or we'll give you $500 cash. Only at the Ewald model year clearance sales event. When they're gone, they're gone. Select model, proof credit, see dealer for details. Month end.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trauff Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trauff offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrauff.com. Dick & Trauff Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrauff.com.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
I'm Pat Dunphy of Cannon & Dunphy, and I'm reaching out to you today not as an attorney, but as chair of the board of directors of Guest House. It's an organization that's been dedicated to dealing with the root causes of homelessness in Milwaukee for over 40 years. Its mission is to treat the homeless with dignity and help them rebuild their lives. So help us help the homeless by investing in the guest house and the Milwaukee community. And also consider attending our gala on Thursday, November 13th.
Come catch the final battle of the regular season when the Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. We're celebrating the best fans in the game on Saturday, the 27th at Fan Appreciation Night, presented by Toyota. Plus, if you're one of the first 30,000 fans through the gates, you'll take home a Brewers Tumbler giveaway too, presented by Quick Trip. Come close out the regular season with the crew. Get your seats today at brewers.com/tickets.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Make sure you go pump some iron at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations, a New Berlin location. It helps. It helps whatever stage of I think anger and is the one that helps the most. You know, get some sweat in. Hit the steam room, hit the sauna. They got everything you need at the Princeton Club. Even if it's not about working out, if your goal is just to get mentally better, they can help there too. So get a workout in. You can have a strong body, a strong mind, help have a strong community. Just get a tour. Clean Health Club's open 24/7, free childcare with the membership. It is the best. Join the Princeton Club for your better tomorrow. On Twitter at KBN ESPN, got a couple polls. Who do you trust more, Jordan Love or Matt LaFleur? Fascinated by this. 31% say Jordan Love, 69% say Matt LaFleur.
I thought that would be closer.
Me too.
I voted for Matt LaFleur, but it's very close. LaFleur had the worst day yesterday, but I don't know. Interesting.
I still will stand by, based off the way the game flow went, and Jordan Love's bad decision-making and the offensive line not being intact, running the football, punting it away, and trusting your defense. Sorry, I was a little fired up today. Strove's been fired up, so we got to get to Jason Wilde. Coming up next. Do not go anywhere.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
And I'm like, you know what? Lola the Bunny was kind of strapped.
Okay, here's as far as I'm... All I'll be able to say is I get why Bugs was so love-drunk over Lola. I get it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
This NFC North is a two-team race, period. I've seen enough. I thought it, I believed it, and now I've seen enough.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
I've watched Minnesota struggle for 7 out of 8 quarters. Their offense stinks. I think there's going to be some very angry wide receivers.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
While the Packers led for most of the game, a Jordan Love interception led to a Browns touchdown to tie the game late in the fourth quarter. The green and gold drove the ball down the field and attempted a field goal to take the lead, but it was blocked and set up Cleveland for a game-winning field goal as time expired. Here's Packers quarterback Jordan Love on his late-game interception.
It was a really tough play, especially in the circumstances of the timing of the game right there. So, one we just have to learn from, move on.
The Packers will prepare to head to the Lone Star State as they will match up against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Concerned about fraud? Tri-City's got your back. Use debit card alerts. Help stop a card hack. You'll get notified when your card's being used so you can prevent your account from abuse. Tri-City National Bank, member FDIC.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
Chris Greer could potentially lose his job if the Dolphins don't right the ship, and Mike McDaniel could be fired if the Dolphins don't figure it out. Where does that leave Tua? He's a $53 million a year quarterback. Next year, he's scheduled to get paid $55 million in cash. Is the next regime going to look at Tua as more a part of the solution or a part of the problem? I have a hard time envisioning it being the former just because this is a guy that's off injured, only one full season healthy, and this is his 6th year in the NFL. And you're talking about somebody that's never won a playoff game and somebody that turns the ball over in the most consequential situations. I can't envision that a new regime wants to chart a path forward and hitch their wagon to this dude.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
There's a little groupthink going on there. I'm not going to disagree.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
He is a good general manager. Anybody who disputes that, they have other issues.
Holding everybody accountable.
I'm not sure that was good enough for us to even play on our show.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Joining us on Kyle Bruston Nortman is Jason Wilde with Alex Strofe. No Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman. Jason, how are you?
I'm great, guys. How are you?
Bad, awful, upset, angry, anxious, irritated.
Why?
I assume we watched the same football games, plural, this weekend?
We did. It's one game.
Well, one game for the Badgers, yes.
I mean,
one game for the Packers, yes.
Let me rewind for a second. It's one game for the Packers.
Yeah, exactly.
As I just said to LaFleur, I know you're pissed about the way this went, but you still have a really good football team, and they do, right? We all agree on that. And our opinion on that has not changed, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it has not changed.
Okay. All right. Good. So, and obviously, he has plenty to be pissed about. We agree on that.
Yes.
Correct?
Yep.
But it is one game, and I I'm not saying, look, I understand that I see things through the prism of like a youth sports coach and a high school athlete dad. But I refuse to think that loss yesterday won't pay some dividends. And I don't know how quickly Will can turn stuff around, but at the end, and of course I got teased for after Jason Wallers, the PR director, asks for 2 more questions, and then there are 2 more questions. Then I ask another question anyway, and LaFleur looks over to Wallers, and Wallers shrugs. And I was gonna say, well, if you didn't have all your damn press conferences during the radio show, I could spread these out during the week, but this is my only shot. But I said, as someone who starts talking and then doesn't know when to stop, as you've experienced from my questions, Matt, I don't think Rasheed Walker started that conversation on Wednesday planning on saying that we could go undefeated. I think he started to riff a little bit, right? And LaFleur had said earlier when I asked him what good can come out of this is that, we have to learn that cliche about going 1-0 every week. It pisses me off, that's him saying it, that we're thinking about anything other than beating the team in front of us. And And so, in fairness to Sheed, who I know told Rob Domowski he's not going to talk to us the rest of the season, so I look forward to him being fined for that as well. I don't think that was his intent, but this could end up being, and I'm not trying to put lipstick on a pig, but this could end up being really valuable because the one thing, Strobe, I know we talked about it on Weekly Wildy, and I feel like we've talked about it on just about every show, is that are these guys mature enough to not get too big for their britches? And they got slapped in the face and kicked in the groin and said, hey, man, you better get your act together because you ain't that good. And I think that could be a very valuable lesson going forward.
So, Jason, I do want to talk about the play of Jordan Love throwing the interception, but more so what led to the decision to pass the ball there. In my opinion, obviously, it's a lot of this is revisionist history, but I feel like it's on the head coach to have an idea of game flow, right, and how things are flowing and this and that. Jordan Love made a poor decision early in the game by snapping the ball, running backwards, not throwing out of bounds, and taking a weird sack.
Yeah, I asked about that too.
He also was under a lot of pressure. The offensive line is banged up. So he clearly wasn't comfortable. And you have a defense for the first time that in the entire game, Joe Flacco had not proved he could drive the length of the field and score a touchdown. So how, as a head coach, can you make a call to put it in the hands of the guy where he's clearly been uncomfortable? I think Jordan Love's getting a lot of heat for the throw, but I also think Matt LaFleur should have a part in the decision to put it in his hands based off the flow of that game. Is that fair?
Yeah, and Matt LaFleur said that. And then I asked him about it today again. I said, did you, given the way your defense is playing? I mean, I basically took I hope that there's no one who listens to our programming. I understand they get frustrated with me at times in these press conferences, but if I do say so myself, I got all the questions in that I wanted to, which doesn't always happen. And I actually asked some of them in a slightly concise way. But to me, anyway, and LaFleur said hindsight is 20/20. Jason. You will. I know you will. But because you got nothing else going on. But you can easily argue, and Tausch did, I believe, on the post-game show, and then again with us this morning, you can easily make the argument that you just run the ball, and even if you're averaging 1.9 yards per carry with your running backs, if they stop them, you punt, and that offense sucks, and they weren't going to hurt you then. And instead, you throw it, and Love throws the interception. But, my frustration, and Maddie clipped an argument that Homer and I were having on Green Bay game night, and he was trying to put it all on LaFleur for what you're saying, for that, and I get it. I understand that, and I think that is a fair criticism. I'm not saying it's not. But I don't understand this subset of Packers fans that love Jordan Love so much that anytime you critique him or criticize him, you're just a big old jerk, and you're not being fair to him, and you don't see his greatness, and you must not know football. Or as one guy, sorry to remind you, blankers. I don't know. It's been a while since I got the F word thrown at me that frequently on social media. I don't understand it. Like Jordan Love said, I have to see that guy. I have to see him. I have to feel him. I have to know he's there. And by the way, the throw wasn't very good either. Even if the defender doesn't drop into coverage the way he does, I think it's still an incomplete pass. It was almost, and again, LaFleur said it today, and I don't know if Jordan would say this was the case or not, but LaFleur suggested it was almost as if he realized that he shouldn't throw it and tried to abort the mission halfway through throwing it, and then he threw the ball even worse. So I'm not saying you can't criticize LaFleur. I'm not saying that at all. I think it's a fair critique to question whether they should have just run it, given the way their defense was playing. But many, many, many times they have decided to throw the ball on third down instead of just running it and punting. And a lot of times it works. And in this instance, It absolutely, positively did not.
Jason, we got less than 2 minutes, but I just want to get your take on the offensive line. Obviously, they played a good defensive front seven yesterday in Cleveland. Very good front seven. They dealt with some injuries. Zach Tom goes out after the first play. Aaron Banks drops out of that game. They try to flip some things around, but they were bad, is the best way I can put that. And I remember earlier in the offseason, I don't remember which coach it was, you'll have to remind me, said it wasn't at the level they needed to be at. I would imagine that is still the case here now entering week 4.
Yeah, there's a couple of things there, and that certainly affects Love's performance too, right? I mean, he was pressured. I think Rob Domofsky had the stat like on 42% of his dropbacks. But the crowd that I was referring to, by the way, I got a bunch of these. Did you turn the game off after the pick? He led what should have been a game-winning drive, if not for the blocked field goal. He completed one pass. There was a pass interference, and then he completed one pass to Tucker Kraft. My point, well, never mind, because now we've only got 30 seconds left. My point is this. Their offensive line was terrible yesterday across the board. You saw the grades from Pro Football Focus. I asked LaFleur if they were spreading Jordan Morgan too thin. He acknowledged that they probably are. There's a guy who does not have the same level of versatility as Zach Tom and Elton Jenkins exhibited. So they need to figure out what they're going to do there. They lost their right tackle after one snap. He shouldn't have been playing at all. It was a train wreck, and it was the kind of train wreck that came against the one defensive front you couldn't afford to have it happen against, and that's why it turned out the way it did.
Jason, we appreciate the time. I'm sure we'll get that stuff from Matt LaFleur. We got Will working hard, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, boys. Take care. Be good.
That's Jason Wilde. Listen to him, Wilde and Tausch, 9 noon across these very stations. We continue next. Don't go anywhere. 2 minutes.
Southbound on 41, we do have some backups right now coming in from Appleton Avenue, pretty much all the way past Hampton. Northbound's backed up from Mayfair Road almost to Capitol Drive. Westbound 94, watch for delays coming from 17th Street all the way to Hawley Road. And then we've also got, looks like a broken down vehicle on the ramp from 84th Street to 94 westbound. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Southbound 43, you got your backups right through the Marquette from Fond du Lac Avenue down through and over the high-rise bridge. Traffic is brought to you by Morningstar Golfers Club. Tee it up at Morningstar Golfers Club. Championship greens, breathtaking views, and a golf experience you won't forget. Book your tee time today at golfthestar.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, chance of showers and storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 62. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, still humid, chance of showers with a high of 72. Weather's brought to you by IKEA Oak Creek. At IKEA Oak Creek, making your home uniquely yours is now more rewarding. Join rewards from IKEA family and start earning points today. Not a member yet? Sign up for free at ikea.com/US and start earning. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management. It didn't seem like it when the season started, but we've watched the crew become a great team. We're just as proud of the team here at Annex. I'll put the Annex team up against anyone when it comes to what we do. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. If that's what you're looking for, let's talk soon. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. In the meantime, let's enjoy championship baseball in Milwaukee.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
That sounds like a guy who went to Concordia, am I right?
Yeah. You diss me. That actually might have been better than me.
Yeah, it had a little more flavor. That's full-time Will.
Just trying to cheer you guys up.
Making his 414 hour Kyle Wallace appearance.
So here's the thing.
I'm Ben Brust. That's Alex Strofe. No Kyle Wallace. No Brad Nortman. UKBN Nation. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. We're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Go ahead, Mr. Strofe.
I love Will. All right. He's a bundle of joy. He's a happy dude. He's a funny dude. He's a Bears fan.
Yeah.
And Bears obviously got a big win over the Cowboys yesterday.
But here's what you're doing. You're giving them the opportunity to speak, and I don't want to hear him speak.
I'm not going to let him speak. What I'm saying is I work with him a lot in my job. He's our production director. He is a member of our Mr. Relevant crew. For whatever reason, I decided to hang out with him outside of work this weekend. I can't stand looking at him today.
He's avoided eye contact with me from the second he walked in the building.
Strofe, you're so damn soft.
Dude, he's been smiling ear to ear all day. And like pretending he's the nice guy and he's above me.
So if you're on YouTube at ESP Milwaukee, if you see the name Austin Della in there.
Yeah, he's been trolling in every YouTube chat every day.
He is a Bears fan.
Yeah.
He is similar to Will. He has come into the office, and the way that their chest is out and the way that they are smiling is, I just want to tell you, Strofe, just take it in.
Yeah.
Remember it.
But here's the thing.
Because
but I'm better than that. That's the thing. I'm better than that.
But you're not making eye contact with
them. Wait. When the Bears inevitably lose 10 more times this season,
that's
and
why
the Packers
I'm saying,
win,
I'm literally telling you, take it in,
and
embrace it.
And the Packers win 12
Look
more
at them
times
back.
this season.
Look at them back and smile.
Strofe is
knowing you have the upper hand.
You're a bad loser. You went radio silent last night after the Packers lost.
I took a nap right after the Packers game.
That's fair. But what I'm telling you is look them back in the eyes because you know what's in the future.
Oh, God. Look who just entered the YouTube chat.
Oh, well, lucky for him, I don't have to go to him. See, isn't this great?
Yeah, but
I control it.
We should tell everybody what just happened.
My brother Jonathan came into the
I'm not going to read what he
the
said,
chat,
but he just said something.
Okay, well, we will go to Jonathan Brust.
He's on the phone now?
Yeah.
How long has he been on the phone?
How's work going, Jonathan?
Hey, bear down, baby.
Okay, is that it? You got anything else?
He hung up.
See, that's the thing. That's all they got. They have 1 week against the Cowboys, who gave up 500 yards to Russell Wilson, and then
so irritated.
Beat the Cowboys. Like it's fine, Strofe. Like you need to embrace it. Take this as an opportunity when you're feeling low to know that they're going to be feeling low 10 more times than you.
Here's the thing. I'm going to say it. Okay? Here's what I fear.
You're scared of the Bears?
No.
Oh, no. You've stooped.
Do not get ahead of
unimaginably low level.
That's not what I'm saying. But the Bears also have the Browns on their schedule. The Bears are going to beat the Browns, and that's when it's going to be ultimately worse.
Who cares, man?
Bears fans, and they're surrounding me, and
we're rent free.
You are.
This is bad.
You should shut up,
Strofe.
Yeah, this is bad. This is a bad look for you, man.
As your friend, I hate to see you like this, man.
And
thanks, Will.
I hate to see him like this too. This is soft. You're a Packers fan.
Whoa.
This is soft. You said you can't look at him in the eye.
No, he said that.
You're a bad
I didn't
loser.
Say that. He said that.
You're a bad loser.
He said I can't look at him in the eyes. Did he not?
He did not look me in the eye. He refused to look me in the eye this morning. I walked past his desk. Granted, I was smiling ear to ear. I was just going to say, hello, Strofe. Hope you're having a great morning.
Yeah.
And he refused to make eye contact.
And you should have said, I hope you're enjoying the one time you get to be happy in your life. Like, you have the upper hand.
I know.
Use it.
But I'm not going to stoop to their level, Ben. I'm just not even going to entertain it.
All right. You do you. Let's hear from Matt LaFleur, because Jason Wilde referenced this with us, that they brought up Rasheed Walker's comments about, wanting to go undefeated, and they have the ability to. Thought they could have went undefeated last year. A couple plays go their way. Rasheed didn't have a great day on the offensive line. I don't know who would against Myles Garrett, but here's what Jason Wilde asked Matt LaFleur, and here's the response about Rasheed Walker.
Well, I just think this league is such a week-to-week league, and you can never lose sight of that. And you can't take any moment, any game for granted. And the goal, and I've said it a million times to you guys, I don't think I've obviously said it enough to our team. The goal is to go 1-0 every week. And it pisses me off when we start talking about things outside of the next game, things that are way down the road. Like, focus on keep the focus on the present, on the now, and worry about getting better each and every day.
Well, Rasheed Walker, what are you doing, buddy?
Again.
Hope you were watching your coach talk today.
He might be doing some extra laps maybe after practice. Who knows? Mo from Illinois, I did hear you on Green Bay game night. I thought your perspective was pretty good. Look forward to hearing you right now on Kyle Brusson-Nortman on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776.
Yeah, hey guys. I'm not gonna lie, I woke up feeling even more pissed off and kind of in shock that we really lost to the stinking Browns. But to address the Rasheed Walker incident real quick, I'm kind of happy that LaFleur just called him out, because I don't know if any of you guys listened to Micah Parsons' locker room press conference this past week, but I think somebody asked him how he felt about Walker's comments, and he said he's okay with it so long as he goes up and backs up his
walk that walk.
And correct. And I guess my biggest frustration with Rasheed Walker was I saw the dude on his butt so many times, and he stunk it up just like the entire O-line. So it's like, if you're going to talk, at least back it up. But, man, this team, I don't know who they think they are. They won 2 great games against 2 tough opponents, great. But if you could lose to the Browns, you sure as hell could lose to anybody else in the NFL. So I'd like to see this team be a little bit more humble. They know they're a good team, but it's a week-by-week league. I'm seeing too many damn penalties on every side of the ball. Defense, specialty. Special teams, there's nothing special about this damn unit. Every single time there's a kickoff or we're in special teams, there's going to be a penalty. Book it. Get ready to see that yellow flag on the bottom of the screen. There's going to be a flag, which is so infuriating to Mr. highest-paid assistant in the league, assistant head coach, Rich Bisaccia. So I'm just ticked off. This team better get their piss hot for Dallas, because I'll tell you what.
We appreciate the call,
energy.
Mo.
I
like the energy. Ben Brust, Alex Strofe. And look.
Here's the thing. All right. I'm calling myself out. Well, I'm all in on the wake-up call. I'm all in on it. This is a wake-up call. Yeah, Mo sold me. It's the wake-up call, 4:08 p.m. Monday. It happened. Here we are. We've gotten there.
Nothing.
It took nothing. Josh DiMaggio called it. He said it would be today. I thought it would take until tomorrow. Yesterday was a wake-up call. Listen, Mo's got me there. The Packers need to remember who the hell they are. All right, this is a team that came out the first 2 weeks of the season and lit up 2 of the contenders in the NFC. This is a team who looks like, and I will still say this after yesterday, they have the best defense in the NFL. Best defense, period, end of sentence. They have the best defense in the NFL. The quarterback, the offensive play caller, all need some improvement. Matt LaFleur can call out everybody else if he wants to, but he better look in that damn mirror and look at those handsome eyebrows and that handsome face tonight when he gets home, because this loss is also on him. But Jordan Love is a good quarterback. You paid him $55 million for a reason. Coach LaFleur, good coach. Very good coach, I would argue. Good play caller. He could turn this puppy around. Yesterday is as bad as a loss as I better see in 2025. It's as bad as a loss. Because when you look at the schedule, there are some other games where you are playing teams significantly worse than the Browns. Think Arizona. Think Carolina. Think at the New York Giants. All right, you've got some games on the schedule where you could walk in and Rasheed Walker could talk to the media and say, well, we're going to win our next 6 games again, or whatever he did last week, right? I don't want that anymore. This is the wake-up call you needed to really know, and listening to LaFleur, it's 1 week at a time. Maybe they overlooked the Browns. Maybe they overlooked the fact that they were on the road for the first time and they had to travel. Maybe they overlooked that. I don't care. No more overlooking. 1 game at a time. This is a really good football team that should be competing for a Super Bowl. That doesn't change despite a loss to the Browns. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm choking like the Packers did yesterday. They choked to the Browns. They choked to the Browns.
That was good.
Thank you, guys. Wake-up call time. That was a wake-up call. I'm sold.
So good until that.
It was so good.
Inspired.
I was buying what you were selling until you made the old man joke.
I'm doing performance here, man. It's a performance.
No, don't double down. It was all good until Will and I looked at each other. He's like, he was doing good. Why did you do the choke thing? Did we not make that eye contact?
And the sound kind of made I got chills. It was kind of gross.
It wasn't great.
Go Pack, go.
Look, I started the show that way. I tried to get you there. I said, everyone take
I
a
wasn't
deep...
ready yet.
Yeah, okay. No, it's fine.
It's kind of like therapy, right?
Yeah,
This is my therapy for sports fans.
You got to get there on your own terms. And like I had said, there's a lot of things that you can look at from this game. You have to be reminded that despite all of the horrible things that happened at the end, they were still up 10-0. And it took so many horrible things to happen for the Browns to win that game.
Bad things by us, our fault. Packers' fault.
Correct.
Not me and you. Packers' fault.
Correct. And when Jason comes on, Jason Woodley will come on and say, I think sometimes, you want to win and you want to learn from the wins. I don't buy that crap.
Well, I mean, look, you played at a really high level, man. You learned a hell of a lot
that's
more
what I'm saying. I don't buy that crap. You can learn.
Yeah. Especially
but
when you're really good.
Human nature will tell you that if you win, even if you skate by, it's really easy to fall into we won, so why do I need to change?
So I'll be honest with you. I've said this for a few weeks now. I was really nervous next week was going to be the first loss. I now think they're going to go in there so fired up. Micah Parsons is obviously going to be fired up for obvious reasons. They're without CeeDee Lamb now. I don't know if we said that yet.
And their defense is atrocious.
Yeah. So this is a get-right game opportunity, big time for this Packers offense. The offensive line, Jordan Love, the receivers, etc. It's a get-right game for that offense. And frankly, it's a bigger challenge for the defense, even without CeeDee Lamb. Dak Prescott's a good quarterback. He's had a really nice season outside of yesterday against the Bears. So it's a get-right game across the board. And then you get in your bye week. You get healthy. Hopefully that offensive line can get healthy. Hopefully you get Christian Watson back shortly after the bye. It's a get-right game. Let's get right this week, Benny. Oh, I'm so back, dude. I'm so back.
You're definitely back. From cranky to acceptance, probably. Is that where he is? Cranky anger to acceptance?
Hey, Will, how many games have the Bears won this year?
One less than the Packers.
Losers.
See how I just try to bring him up? And he lashes out.
Well, I didn't catch who the dog of the game was. It had to have been somebody on defense, right? Will, do you remember?
I think it was Rashawn Gary was one of them.
Oh, yeah, it had to have been.
You know who leads the league in sacks through 3 weeks?
Is he tied with Myles Garrett?
All by himself.
Did he get a sack and a half?
4.5 on the year. Rashawn Gary leads the league in sacks.
Oh, my Lord.
He is halfway to 10. Just under halfway to 10 through 3 weeks.
Xavier McKinney was the other one.
Who did have a pick.
Yeah, McKinney had a good first half.
Again, he probably didn't need to pick off. I don't think it mattered. There wouldn't have been enough time for them to score anyway.
He needs the stat.
I get it. But the dog of the game is always on the Green Bay Game Night postgame show with Homer and Tausch. We do Green Bay props and preview presented to you by Dog of the Game and Sit Means Sit. And if your dogs don't listen to you, you're like, what's going on? Why are they barking? Why are they jumping all over the person who walks in the home? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Well, you have help. Use your help. Sit Means Sit is there for you. Matt and their team helps you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog. So contact Sit Means Sit Dog Training in Milwaukee or Waukesha to schedule a free consultation. SitMeansSit.com. Check out the Milwaukee and Waukesha pages. All right, so with Ben Brust and Alex Strofe and full-time Will running the show, since you've decided that you're ready to move on, what do you want to move on to? Because
hold on a minute, I never said that.
Okay, so
I'm still upset about some things.
Okay, is there anything that we haven't gotten off your chest to fully help you heal?
I don't think we've fully gotten into Rich Bisaccia yet.
Rich Bisaccia, you don't want what's coming next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman.
That is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for a team to
unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Is acceptable? Unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Unaccessible.
Wait, what?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43, backing up from just south of Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Northbound slowing down from Kilbourne up to about North Avenue. Westbound 94, watch for delays from about 20th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side's backed up from 84th Street to 35th. Traffic is brought to you by Comfort Awnings. Extend your outdoor space with a retractable awning or screen like I did with my friends at Comfort Awnings. Custom designed to fit your home. Get your free estimate at comfortawnings.com. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, chance of showers or storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 62. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, is still humid, a chance of showers with a high of 72. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
We have had great offenses around here for a long time. And we've sat there, can the defense be good enough? And we have #fired every coordinator on defense we've seen.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We don't need no more fire. The hashtag guys, because Jeff Halfley ain't going to get, you're not going to get hashtagged with Half because he's been an absolute home run hire.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
In football, what does every great team start with?
A strong defense. Same's true in business.
Defense against what?
Cyber threats. That's why companies use Trend Micro.
What do they actually protect?
Your network, your data, your people, from ransomware, phishing, and more.
So it's not just antivirus?
Not at all. Trend Micro has a full defensive playbook trusted worldwide for over 35 years.
Sounds like the kind of defense every business needs.
Exactly. Don't get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right.
Pull up to Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee and shoot your shot at big wins for Sweet Ticket September. Play with your rewards card for entries. Score triple on Drawing Thursday. Win slam dunk prizes like cash, reward plate, and tickets to see the Milwaukee Bucks in action. Sweet Ticket September. You ready for this? Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves. Are you talking about the One Collection? Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One Collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart. The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment. The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One Collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's. To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan, less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Milwaukee Brewers fans, you should have a Potawatomi Sportsbook before a home game. And if you need a ride to the game, you can hit 2 balls with 1 bat by hitching a ride with the Game Day Shuttle. Make any purchase in the sportsbook or a same-day sports bet. Get a wristband and a seat on the shuttle. They begin approximately 1 hour before first pitch. Return shuttles are nonstop for 1 hour after the game. Visit Potawatomi.com for more information. And I know that Kyle Wallace will be cashing his Brewers NL Central ticket when he is back. Ben Brust, Alex Stroh, full-time Wills running the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and text line. We're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Stroh, I've had you make a list of bad decisions. I was thinking it was going to be just about Matt LaFleur, but we can expand this list. So, Stroh, take it away.
All right, this is my list of the 5 worst decisions that led the Packers to losing to the Cleveland Browns 13-10 on Sunday. I believe in self-accountability. That's what we're going to lead with number 5. Number 5 was me calling it a likely cakewalk on Green Bay game day. Bad by me. I overlooked the Browns' defense.
Proceeded to get reamed out by Brian Balaga, who will be joining us at 4:45.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to him today.
Are you?
Calling it a likely cakewalk, mistake by me. I should have known better. Any given Sunday is a phrase for a reason. That's bad on me. That's number 5. Number 4 bad decision, letting right tackle Zach Tom play in that game. Was on the injury report all week. Missed week 2's game against the Commanders with a torn oblique. Never had a torn oblique. Imagine that's quite painful and hard to block 300-pound men with. Leaves after the first play. Letting Zach Tom play is bad decision number 4.
Can I jump in on that one?
Hey, go ahead.
That is inexcusable.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's really, 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 really bad. You just paid the man so much damn money. You got a bye week 5, and you risk the health of one of your most important offensive linemen, and then you got to stick Jordan Morgan in a position he's never played before? What the hell was that?
I'm no doctor, but here's what an oblique tear does. It's obviously an injury to the oblique muscles, which are located on the sides of the abdomen. These muscles play a role in twisting, bending, and stabilizing the torso. Seems relatively important for a right tackle.
Yeah, your core is it. There's people. What?
Yeah, not a great.
He said he couldn't run
3 days prior. Yeah.
3 days prior.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So.
And the Packers are usually the conservative type with injuries, and especially when it becomes to the guy that you just paid to be your franchise right tackle.
Correct. So fingers crossed he can heal up after, I would assume, missing Dallas and then the bye week, but we will see with that. Let's move on to bad decision number 3. It's just, in general, Matt LaFleur's play calling. I wasn't impressed by a guy I have touted as a top 5 play caller in the National Football League. You knew you were playing a good defense. It didn't seem like pretty much anything you drew up worked. Matt LaFleur gets bad decision number 3.
What do you say to the people that say without a good offensive line, not even a good scheme can overcome that?
I would say coaching matters. I would say a $55 million quarterback matters. I would say you draft offensive linemen and sign offensive linemen in free agency and trade for offensive linemen, which the Packers did for all 3 of this offseason. For a reason, it just didn't seem to work. You mentioned Jordan Morgan before. He was a first-round pick. Just looked out of place all game, no matter where he played.
Oh, shoot.
Yep.
False start.
Yes, I'm early again. Oh, you're early again.
Wait, you're early.
Again. Then you let your assignment go by to block the field goal. So LaFleur play calling is my bad decision number 3. Number 2, speaking of the $55 million quarterback, it's that interception in the fourth quarter. You got to see that defender. I know Love said that after the game, but he's made bad decisions like this in terms of an interception before. It's one bad play. It's one bad throw. Wasn't his greatest day by any means, but that interception allowed the Browns to get right back in it and tie the game late in the fourth quarter. So Love's interception is bad decision number 2. So you're probably wondering now, Strofe, what could possibly be bad decision number 1? What else was the big reason the Packers lost to the Browns on Sunday? Let me tell you. The bad decision actually came after the game. The Packers let Rich Bisaccia back on the team plane and let him fly back to Green Bay.
Are you going to make him hitchhike?
I've been banging this drum. Maybe the Cleveland would hire him. I've been banging this drum for years now. I don't get what Rich Bisaccia does for the Packers. Special teams hasn't gotten better. He's the assistant head coach. I don't know what that means. Maybe he's super helpful. I don't know. But I have no clarity on what Rich Bisaccia does to make the Green Bay Packers a better football team now in his 3rd season. I don't have any clarity on it. He was a good interim head coach in Las Vegas or Oakland, wherever the Raiders were at that point. He has always been a very, very highly touted special teams developer and recruiter. He's the reason they went through the Anders Carlson
debacle.
Experiment. Yeah, debacle is probably a better word than experiment. Rich Bisaccia, I'm sure, is a good football coach in some capacity. I just don't know what capacity that is. So that would be number 1, letting Rich Bisaccia back on the plane.
If you missed it, before Rich Bisaccia, in 2021, the Green Bay Packers were 32nd last in the league in special teams. So you bring Rich on, 2022, 22nd in special teams. Keyshawn Nixon, big part of that with those kick returns. 2023 with Rich Bisaccia making $2.2 million. 29th in special teams. And in 2024, 22nd in special teams. Do the Packers need to hold tryouts? Do we need Vince Papale? Can we get a Vince Papale? So somewhere out there, someone listening needs a shot. to help this team.
Do you know who Vince Papale is?
Nope.
You're kidding.
He's not a movie guy.
I was talking
You're
about.
stuttering. What's happening?
I was talking about this with my wife, actually.
About what?
Maybe it was my wife. It was someone else. How you're not a movie guy, and it drives me nuts.
He didn't know who the Rookie of the Year was. Henry Rowan Gardner.
Henry, Rowan.
Gardner.
Oh, well, thanks for the context clues there. Good job.
Land of the plane. Who is Vince Papale? Let me guess. Any Given Sunday? Longest Yard. No, not Longest Yard.
I think I said the name.
What's the one with...
I said the name of the movie.
I wasn't listening. Wait, is this also Rookie of the Year?
No.
Okay.
It's football.
Okay, it's the one
This is embarrassing.
Is it the one with Al Pacino?
No. Mark Wahlberg.
He's on the
Wahlberg's in a
Eagles.
football movie?
It's a Disney movie.
And it's based off a true story. Will, do you want to enlighten him as a fellow Gen Z?
Yeah. Invincible is about a guy who tries out for the Eagles, and in the closing scene, spoiler alert, he makes the Eagles and is on special teams. And he's a hard worker, he gets downfield. He wears like the quarterback pads instead of the big pads so he can be faster and make the team. It's an inspiring story. I would recommend checking it out, Strofe.
Do the Packers need a Vince Papale? He laughed, so I was hoping he knew what I meant.
I knew you were making a movie reference. I wasn't going to rain on your parade and derail the segment. Yeah.
The last time the Packers finished in the top half of special teams was 2012.
That shocks me. And you said that earlier today. I'm trying to figure it out. So Mason Crosby was obviously the kicker. I imagine Tim Masthay was still the punter, and Randall Cobb was probably on punt return duties. That would be his second year in the league.
That'd be pretty early on where he would be,
because he was drafted in 11 right after they won the Super Bowl.
I'm not going to do it. I was just going to open up my browser and do 2012 Packers special teams unit, but it's irrelevant to the fact that Rich Bisaccia is stealing money.
Yeah, well, he has been since the day he got at 1265. I will say he's done like a couple good things for the Packers, all right? He recruited Keyshawn Nixon. He is now their top corner. So that is one good thing Rich Bisaccia can get credit for. I'm trying to think of anything else. Because at cutdowns this year,
you're asking a hard question because nobody on the Carbos Talk and text line, YouTube, Will, myself can give you anything.
His best contribution to the Packers has been bringing Keyshawn Nixon to Green Bay. But other than that, I don't know if that's worth $2.5 million a year.
It's not.
I don't know if it is. I'm grateful that Keyshawn Nixon is here, though. I will say that. Grateful for him, especially as a corner now, as he's evolved into the top corner. And he was fine on kick returns. I mean, I shouldn't say fine. He was all pro on kick returns 2 years. But it was when the kick return rule changed. He's never scored a kickoff touchdown, as far as I'm aware. So I don't know, man. I give up.
Ben Brust, Alex Strofe with full-time Will running the show. Assistance from Madison Hayes 24 on Instagram, helping get Alex Strofe's camera right on ESPN Milwaukee. Still getting it right. And there's a good wave from Alex Strofe. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. What I want to do is get a pulse check on Kyle Wallace.
Uh-oh.
He's entered the chat. On YouTube, he's been on the chat, but we also received some text messages and a picture of him. He looked miserable. I'll share some Kyle Wallace nuggets, the emotional wreck that he is next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I was like, it's the 4-1-4 hour at 4. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the kid who like got picked on the sports team. I was like, oh, you want me? No way.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 41, we got backups from Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. The northbound side's heavy from Mayfair Road up to Capitol. Got more delays south of the Zoo interchange on the southbound bypass all the way down towards Lincoln. Eastbound 94, we got some backups out of the 70th Street area all the way through the stadium. The westbound side's backed up from 17th to Holly Road. And then on southbound 43, we got backups from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way down to about the KK River crossing. Traffic is brought to you by Morningstar Golfers Club. Tee it up at Morningstar Golfers Club. Championship greens, breathtaking views, and a golf experience you won't forget. Book your tee time today at golfthestar.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Chance of showers or storms, mostly cloudy skies, otherwise a low of 62. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, still humid, chance of showers, a high of 72. Weather is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals, member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Home buyers are raving about their experiences with the Citizens Bank mortgage team.
Aaron helped me get pre-approved really fast, like before the open house even started.
I called Devin so many times with questions, and he always answered.
It's more than a mortgage. It's your future. And at Citizens Bank, we make it personal. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/mortgage. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. NMLS 746419.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOut.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package request early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Even your pickiest eater will say yes to this. Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Perfect on their own with a favorite dipping sauce, or stacked in one of our 2 new subs. Classic crispy chicken or bold Buffalo Ranch crispy chicken. Made with quality chicken and served on our fresh baked bread. It's a mealtime win for kids and grown-ups. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm not saying it's your fault, although you could have done more. Oh, you're so naive, yes.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls here, and September is here. The kids are back in school. Vacations are winding down, and for a lot of us, that means one big thing. It's time to refocus on the house. Fall's the perfect season to tackle those home improvement projects before the weather turns cold. And listen, if your windows are old, drafty, or just plain inefficient, now's the time. Right now, you can finally do something about it with Universal Windows Direct, and they have an incredible September offer. Peep this. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. There is absolutely no limit on how many windows you buy. Just know you only pay for half, and they make life so easy at UWD because you will get 0% financing for 3 whole years. So that means no interest and no pressure. And here's a bonus you'll love. $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule today. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to book your free estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Thanks, Kyle. Ben Bruss alongside Alex Strofe with Full-Time Will running the show. Speaking of Kyle, I received a picture of him similar to Strofe earlier on the show today, in which it was clipped into his palm, into his face, when he wasn't ready to say that, this was a wake-up call.
Mm-hmm.
It is a wake-up call now to Alex Strofe. Kyle says, me already mad. I am watching the game via Gamecast, then seeing the interception. Did we just lose to the bleeping Browns?
Yeah.
after being up 10-0 in the fourth quarter. Could you imagine, think about not being able to watch or listen to that? And, it almost seems impossible. If you were to tell me that I was unable to watch, listen, but I could track the game on my phone via Gamecast, that the Packers were going to lose to the Browns up 10-0 with 3:30 left,
I wouldn't have believed you.
I would have thought it was a mistake on the app.
Right?
Like they
Something
mistyped
went
it.
haywire.
There was a mistake at the start of week 2 where the game flow and the play-by-play wasn't working. They'll fix it. It will revert back. It was a misfire. Something with the algorithm went wrong. He follows it up with 4 million questions because he's panicking of how did this happen? This team is 0-2 when I go to Europe. I am done with this continent. And, of course, it always comes back to where with Kyle Strofe?
Well, there's one of two answers. Cash or just pure panic.
Frugalness.
Okay, sure.
Or, just money in general.
Okay.
On the bright side, Brewers winning the NL Central just won Brad and I $60+.
Happy for you, Kyle.
How he's not a true fan. At a time of disaster, he's thinking about his money, not about.
Well, I mean, he's thinking about his other team and how it wins the money. Yeah, I'm trying to help him here. I'm in a seat, so I don't know. Yeah.
JJ and Poynette chimes in. I was following on Gamecast because he was in a ride share. It was incomprehensible. Literally, I can't imagine seeing 3rd and 3. Oh my gosh.
Living and dying with that game while following updates on your phone. I couldn't imagine doing that.
Oh my God. I was sitting in my chair watching the game and I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. I went, oh, okay. All right. At least they'll get the ball back. It's going to be tied. And, McManus will kick a game winner and we'll be fine. We'll get out of there. Line up for the kick. I'm going, okay. They're going to give him a little time, but it's Joe Flacco. They're not going to drive the field. They'll be up 3. Game over. We'll get out of Cleveland. It's going to be gross. We're going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow. But it'll be fine, right?
Could you imagine seeing the interception and then blocked kick and then kick? That almost might be worse than having to watch it, if that makes sense. No, I don't know.
It's definitely close.
Do you know, because I track a lot of stuff via ESPN's app, on the Gamecast.
Yeah, me too.
If I can't watch something because it's disrespectful to where I'm at, and my wife will yell at me, I'll sneak the Gamecast and live and die by it, which is almost, I might as well at that point just toss on the game, but it makes me feel better because there's no, you can't see that there's a video playing on my phone. Dude, the Gamecast can be an emotional roller coaster.
Sure can be. Sure can. In a close game, especially.
Especially if you miss a play. And you're like, how the hell did they get there?
What happened? What happened?
And then sometimes it's reversed. Fumble recovery, 60-yard return.
Reviews?
Yeah.
Reviews are the worst. That being said, we should spend, before we get to Brian Balaga, because I do want to talk about the appreciation for the Brewers.
Yeah, absolutely.
They deserve it. And again, every time the Brewers don't get their credit in time, it was Micah Parsons' fault at first because that was so massive.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's the Badgers' fault, and now it's Rich Bisaccia, Matt LaFleur, and Jordan Love's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else's fault? I guess mine. I could have prioritized them, but I was angry.
No, I'm not going to blame you on that. Look, it's become the standard around here that the Brewers are NL Central champions. That's 3 years in a row.
7 of 8 years making the playoffs. This year, now 3 games up on the Phillies, who luckily lost
Let's be honest about it. 3.5. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah, no, I was going to get there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Mr. G, right? Will, he's jumping all over my throat here. They got the tie break.
I don't know if I like that verbiage at all. 3.5.
Yes, I didn't get a chance to get there. They're looking good to get the 1 seed. And I think why I feel that way is because although they're playing the Padres, who are playing for something, although they're playing the Reds, who are tied with the Mets in the last spot in the wild card, the Brewers are still playing for something too, and that is the number 1 seed, which, believe it or not, with their home record at American Family Field, I want them at American Family Field as many games as possible.
Control your own destiny to the best of your ability. Obviously, the Brandon Woodruff news over the weekend is not the most encouraging. Pat Murphy described it as devastating for Woodruff, and whenever you hear that word tossed around, that usually is not a great sign for Woodruff returning for the NLDS as good as he's been. But the good news is this team has proven throughout the course of the last 2 years under Pat Murphy, they responded just about everything. So I still have faith. You go 3-3 in your final 6, you're going to clinch the 1 seed.
JJ in Poinet follows it up on the Carbless Talk and text line as he was following the Packers Browns game on the ESPN Gamecast. I thought I was getting punked. Every so often there's a glitch where it has the teams reversed and the other weird stuff. I thought that might have been happening.
Makes sense.
Unfortunately, this was a real scenario in which we all had to watch, listen, or witness however we witnessed. Looking forward to Brian Balaga giving Strofe another lesson. I want him to do it again. If you missed it on Green Bay Game Day pregame show, Alex Strofe called this a cakewalk.
I said a likely cakewalk.
Enough.
I didn't say it was a cakewalk. I said we are previewing what could be a likely cakewalk. And yeah,
close enough.
Balaga brought me to school.
To doing you and Rasheed Walker, you're not so different, you two. Bad at your jobs and bad at predicting.
Well, that was unnecessary.
Grimal & Associates Insurance protects what matters most, and they specialize in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Mandy just came in, and she has been a part of Grimal & Associates for so long and in the community for so long that I recently was able to talk to her. And like the way that she can break down what they can provide and offer, it's so comforting. I love having somebody. There's no call center where you're like, you don't even know who I am. How many times do I have to read the claim number? Do you know anything that's going on? They don't. That's why you work with Mandy and Grimal Associates. Grimal & Associates help you. They provide guidance. They're there for you. They help you along the way. It's not just a nameless, faceless, it is a group of people there for all of your needs. And again, just get with their team if you're looking for expert guidance and service and that people relationship. I value the people relationship, and that's what they provide with Grimal & Associates. So visit them at teamgrimal.com. That is Team Grimal, Team GRAMOLL.com. Brian Balaga, bad offensive line play. Good guy to have coming up next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
And that Alex Strofe, you look like you had something to say.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Buckle up, Milwaukee. The journey starts now.
Around third is Durbin. Here comes the throw home. Durbin slides in there safely. The Brewers walk it off in 10.
The Crew have punched their ticket.
And the Brewers, clinching the playoffs earlier today, put an exclamation mark on it here tonight.
Brewers playoff coverage on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Stay up to date on all your Brewers talk right here.
Kyle Bruston-Nortman's Ben Brust here for Grimal & Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal & Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies. They're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal & Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal & Associates at teamgrimal.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Stephen Bauer, CEO of the Guest House of Milwaukee. For decades, Guest House of Milwaukee has been here for our neighbors, providing shelter, housing, and the support needed to break the cycle of homelessness. We're not just offering a bed for the night. We're helping people rebuild their lives through case management, housing navigation, mental health, and addiction counseling. You can help us make a difference. Learn more at guesthouseofmilwaukee.org. And together, we can ensure everyone has a place to call home.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Captain Mason Pier Outreach Project is here for you. Part of the mission is promoting the Live Today, Put It Away initiative, encouraging all veterans to practice safe firearm storage, use gun safes, lockboxes, and always store ammunition separately. Remember, your life is invaluable. Reach out, talk to someone, and let's promote safety in our veteran community. Together, we can make our community stronger and safer for everyone. 414-955-8910 or veteranpeeroutreach.org. Supported by the Sergeant Fox Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
Pitch by pitch, inning by inning, game by game. Watching the Crew is a 162-game journey of grit, hard work, talent, and determination. Dave Spanel from Annex Wealth Management, we're with you on your journey as well. Your hard work and money deserve a partner like Annex for your investment, retirement, tax, estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary. Take the next step towards retirement you desire and begin the conversation soon. Head to annexwealth.com and click the Get Started button.
Every family adventure begins with a vehicle you can trust. At Boucher Automotive Group, we're more than just a dealership. We're part of your journey.
For over 40 years, Boucher has helped Wisconsin families find the right vehicle with service you can count on.
Community is what fuels us too. That's why you'll see us supporting local schools, Little League teams, golf outings, and other causes throughout the year.
From the first time you get behind the wheel to every service visit after, Boucher is there for all the miles and the memories that matter.
The Boucher Automotive Group. We ride with you every mile.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts. You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I've got some famous friends you probably
Joining us now on Kyle Brust and Nortman with Ben Brust and Alex Strofe is Brian Balaga, the former Packer tackle and great. Brian, I'm so happy you are here.
Oh, no.
It's nice to have a competitor who understands not overlooking opponents. I heard my man said this is a likely cakewalk against the Browns. So disappointing.
Yeah. How we doing this Monday?
He's gone through a lot of emotions.
Hi, Brian. Good to hear from you, pal.
Yeah. I mean, it was the first thing Strophe said to me on Sunday during the pregame, and I'm fairly certain it's the first thing I said back to him is there's no such thing as a cakewalk.
Yeah, no pleasantries on Green Bay game day yesterday. It was, wait a minute, Strofe, hold on.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
So Brian, do you claim any responsibility for the way that game went? Because I
claim responsibility?
I'm thinking if we never had that conversation, Packers would have won 27-3.
Oh, come on. Brian's not like that. He understands that it's the guys on the field.
I'm kidding, Ben. I'm not being serious.
I
think you are.
I certainly, I don't take any responsibility, but there were a lot of things that we all saw that went wrong on the field.
Let me start real quick with this. How does Zach Tom play?
I don't know. That was a questionable decision. And listen, I understand guys want to push through things, right? Like I get it. And I listen, I was probably more guilty than a lot of guys probably playing through things I probably shouldn't have. And I'm not tooting my horn there. I just did. And listen, I understand it better than anyone. So I understand what he was doing. But I did it with knee issues, right? And there's some things you can protect with knee issues and you can do certain things. And so it's a different ball game than with an oblique, right? I was talking about it on Sunday, the minute you start to strain, right, against a guy and that thing has to actually work and actually get really pressed and stressed, it's something's going to happen, right? It's either ready or it's not. And obviously right off the get, it wasn't ready. Right. And I feel really bad for him because you saw kind of his reaction on the sideline. But it's an unfortunate situation. And who knows how long now he's going to be set back from it. That's the bad part from this whole thing is I understand we got this game, but I think it's the bye week, correct? Am I wrong on that?
You're correct. You are 100% correct.
Okay, so he'll get 2 weeks, essentially 3, then going into the next game. But I don't know if it's going to be longer than that or not. You know what I mean? I don't know how severe it is. I mean, by looking how bad he was in pain, I would imagine it's pretty severe. But you just don't know. It's just sometimes you got to protect guys from themselves, right? Like sometimes that's the way it is. But you don't know how a guy's feeling, right? If he's telling you he's okay, sometimes you have to trust the guy and how he's doing. And if the scans, I'm sure, which they did a bunch of them, and if the scans are showing, decent signs of recovery, you got to go with what everything's shown you, what the player's shown you. And unfortunately, like he went out there and he tried, and it just didn't work out.
Jordan Morgan.
Yeah.
Great question.
That's my question. Jordan Morgan.
Yeah, and so obviously, like right off the jump, right? Like he goes out to right tackle, and that caught me off guard because I don't know why, right? Like I just don't understand why he was at right tackle.
Mm-hmm. I don't either.
He came in as a left tackle. He rotated at right guard. You traded for Kennard, who stepped in right away, and now he's at right tackle. I was like, what?
And I'm sure Belton was taking majority of the reps during the week at right tackle.
Right.
That's
where I get lost.
So I'm very that's why, like, I'm very, very confused about.
They think he's better than everybody else wherever he plays.
They did kind of set him up as the sixth lineman.
Yeah.
You're right about that. But he has no experience at that position.
I know, they know that.
And I guess I'm curious.
They still think he's better at that position than everybody else, even with no experience.
So I agree with you, but I'm curious from Brian's perspective because I imagine, actually, I know this. Tom didn't practice all week. We imagine that somebody else was taking the reps. Do you think they anticipated all week, Brian, or towards the latter part of the week that Tom was going to go and they just didn't really have a contingency plan?
No, I mean, my guess would be that they didn't know Tom was going to go until probably Friday. Would be my guess. I think they let him go. They pushed it all week and let Tom, take his time and to see how he felt. And they were preparing as if they wouldn't have him, right? I think that's the way they were going with it. And by all quotes from Belton throughout the week, it sounded as if it was going to be him, right? He talked about how he was preparing for Myles Garrett and how the challenge it was going to be and how what Micah Parsons did to the rookie last week against Washington. And so, like, all sounded like it was going to be Belton, right? Like, so when I saw that happen, I was taken back by it, right? So I'm not going to sit here. I don't make excuses for guys, right? Like, if you're put into the game, he must have taken reps there at some point. Right, like there must have been reps at some point in practice that he had taken reps there and worked at the position. And how much, I don't know, because it didn't happen in training camp, right? Because that would have been reported. It didn't happen in training camp, at least from what I remember. And he struggled, right? Like, and the thing is, I'm not going to sit here and like rag the guy because he didn't get many. We watched the preseason games. He didn't get any reps at right tackle in the preseason. So I'm not going to rag the guy. He struggled at times at right tackle. He had penalties, which, listen, you got 95 lined up across from you on the road in a position you're not familiar with and you're not comfortable with. You're going to flinch. Like, I'm not making excuses, but like, it's the way things
the reality.
Go. That's the reality of the way things happen sometimes. Like, and it's just that's the one when that happened, that was the one move that I kind of left scratching my head a little bit because like I just thought Belton was going to go in, right? They'd go right to the original plan of Belton going in the game, and okay, here we go. It'd go right back to what it would have been if Tom didn't play, right? Like, and it didn't. So, and then obviously, then Jordan Morgan gets switched to left guard when Banks leaves. So now the kid's moving from one position to the next position. And this is what I kind of get into. You're playing musical chairs with guys. And it's difficult to do when you're moving pieces all over the place. It's just tough to do. And it's tough to do with guys, right? It just is. It's hard on linemen to be jumping from spot to spot. Then a new guy's playing next to another guy. And then another, like, it just is, man. Continuity is a big thing. And I understand guys are getting hurt and new guys got to get plugged in and play. But like Belton had been playing at right tackle against Washington. Like he had taken a bunch of reps next to Sean Ryan the week prior. There's the easy plug-in, right? If Banks goes down, Jordan Morgan had already been taking a bunch of snaps next to Elton and Sheed. Plug him right in there. Like, and that's like the easiest thing to go with, right? So, but again, I'm not making the calls out on the sideline. Like, I don't know all the backstory behind everything, but like that, just for me watching it, then I'm turning on the tape and kind of seeing like those are the struggles that you saw early on in the game, and then the protection was just. I mean, I think the first play, Tom comes out, the next play's a sack. And it's just like kind of a discombobulated mess, right? Like, I mean, I think 3 guys just right up the middle. They ran like a TE and it just was like a mess up the middle. So like, it just seemed like they couldn't get in rhythm up front. Like it just seemed like things were off. And yeah, I mean, a lot of interesting decisions. That's all I got to say.
Brian Balaga joining us here before the Homer Hour in about a minute. Brian, can all these things be true? You can still have trust in Jordan Love moving forward. Matt LaFleur made a bad decision putting the ball in his hands to throw the football, in my opinion, because he was under duress. They didn't have a full offensive line unit. He made a bad decision earlier in running backwards.